So here we are, game number 1 in the Thalassocracy Cup Finals. David and I were just saying how, maybe because there's been so many games and there have been a lot of things happening, maybe we haven't covered too much of this tournament, but Sebastian's been on a crazy run, beating a lot of great players, including Tato in the semifinals, 4-1 yesterday. And then Doubt has also had a fantastic tournament, and Doubt beat Yo in the semis 4-3. So best of 7. We've got Portuguese for Doubt. We've got Persians for Sebastian here. And the map is Kawasan, where we'll probably see the pond play be important.
It's a little bit of a weird generation for Kawasan. I don't know what you think, but look at Sebastian's base. Like, how often is it that open and you're that close to the edge of the map?
Yeah,
on
true.
Kawasan. It's usually like the left-right. It's very rare to see these types of positions, and I think this could honestly be a little bit easier for both of them to wall because they're so close to the edge of the map, but also means that there's less woodlines available for them. So the land pressure potential simultaneously potentially better and also potentially worse if you get those walls up early.
I hate to be the one to do this. Normally it's you, but there's a lot of birds flying over Doubt now.
Dude, I was just about to say it. There's a crazy amount of... If you had an antenna here that was 15 feet tall... There would be birds stuck to it.
They'd be roosting on that right now.
Exactly.
Okay, and so another thing to point out, it's so crazy, actually, how this is the case, but because Kawasan is in Warlords, which is 9 villager start. This is a standard start here in this tournament, but there's also been other versions of Kawasan just tweaked ever since the initial one. This is closer to the standard version, where the relics are all in the middle, and that middle hill becomes so much more important now, because the berries and just having a hill in the center of the map already very valuable. Now, if you get the center control, you get 5 relics, and it becomes very hard to break that. So I would expect more aggression, like a little bit more aggression in late feudal here to hold map control compared to some of the other versions of Kawasan that are out there now.
Well, you also got to look at the civs, right? Doubt playing Portuguese. So from Sebastian's perspective, if you let Doubt for free, once you're in Castle Age, up onto that berry position with the relics, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like that's basically a win condition for Doubt if he gets there in Castle Age, unless you've killed 20 of his villagers or something like that. He's going to have Portuguese berries, then he's going to have all those relics, and then you're going to find a castle forward on you. You're going to have the monks pushing, and he's probably going up to imps. So Sebastian wants to prevent all of that from happening. And a way to do that is to just harass the fish early, delay the Castle Age time, and maybe keep him penned in with some feudal army. We know Doubt can use the market. So both of those steps are necessary. It's not just like disrupting the food eco. It's also keeping him inside of his base, because Doubt can make his own food eco if he really needs to.
He can make it happen, yeah. I will say this is such a small thing, but I really do feel like it speaks to the player. And, some players do this, others don't. And Sebastian right there, he scouts the dock from Doubt. Now, because of the way the map's situated, players could kind of make it to either side, right? So you don't know necessarily if you're going to be in the same pond as your opponent. And so he finds Doubt's dock, and a lot of people just see that, they run away, and they're like, okay, I have that information. Now I'm going to use that information later on. Sebastian attacked for a long time there. He's just letting Doubt know he knows. But that's notable to me because you actually don't want to let your opponent know you have information sometimes. But he's like, hey, I'm here. I'm ready. That to me, at least if I'm in Doubt's shoes, I'm like, oh God, this guy's ready to be aggressive. It gets in my head. I don't think Doubt's going to care.
You just like that because that's what you do every single time. You're there attacking people's walls. Every 2 tiles, you attack it again. You're like, oh, I'm in their head. And they're just thinking, this guy stinks. This guy is so annoying.
You're right, though. You're right. I do really like to do that. But, so maybe that's just the personal preference thing. But I had to point it out. Doubt Scout.
Wait, Doubt might
could get trapped.
This is an awful spot. Does Sebastian know that that's back there?
No, I think he missed
doesn't
it.
Know that he doesn't know that the woodline goes to the edge too.
Yeah. He was pulling a Vil there, so I think he had an idea the scout went back there. Sebastian headed to gold. Doubt sees that Sebastian's on gold. Doubt doesn't know that Sebastian has docked the left per se, but he did scout the right side, and he didn't see a dock.
It's going
to
be bad.
Very unlikely for there to be no dock up.
Doubt just took a hit, and Sebastian's only 20 seconds away.
Yeah, true.
So that's going to be rough for him. Doubt is actually going for the 2 militia play forward, and he's actually sending 2 villagers as well. So he's going to try and maybe secure this middle area and take advantage of those berries really, really fast. But remember, he also has berries at the back of his base, so it's not even the most important thing. It's probably just a follow-up range.
Yeah. Well, you get some buildings up here. It really helps you hold control, and it makes it more difficult for Sebastian to build any buildings himself here later on. So this is big aggression from Doubt, and it's actually good for Doubt he gained the scout HP lead, because I don't know if Sebastian saw that there were militia coming. So as they scout war here...
I don't think he did.
I don't think he has any clue.
I mean, he saw the house, right? So you know the villagers are there.
Yeah.
But that just means there's an archer range, likely.
Yeah, if he
the
knew...
men-at-arms might be a problem.
If he knew, he would be reacting differently right now. He'd be dropping some palisades and quickly walling between the blacksmith and the trees there. So he definitely doesn't know. And this is a big deal here. All coming down to the scouting. Now, Sebastian has a chance to damage control, but the man-at-arms are here. That weak scout could still disrupt things. And now you could tell Sebastian realizes he is good enough to still be able to just stabilize here with some quick walls, but that means a little less focus on other things.
No fletching right away, too.
No fletching right away. And I got to say, great work from Sebastian, though. Made it look very easy.
Oh, my God.
Just plugs all those. Oh, man-at-arms are in.
Oh, you jinxed it, bro. You jinxed it. The quick walls were so nice, man. They were so nice. And now 1 villager dead. Let's see if Doubt can get another one. Doesn't look like it. But still, Sebastian just unable to get that 1 palisade up in time.
And so often you are just concerned that your man-at-arms won't get any value. The worst case scenario is like if you don't even force quick walls, right? But Doubt's forced quick walls, and he's gotten a villager kill, and he knows his opponent's going archers, and the archers, as we see a quick gate there from Sebastian. Beautiful play. At least like I've actually lost my train of thought. I don't even know what I was talking about before the moves. But anyways, Doubt knows to go skirms, I think was my point. And let's see what Sebastian can do from here.
Those men-at-arms died like your train of thought.
Dude, absolutely
killed simultaneously, man. I mean, Doubt... That was such a dope play there. He saw the stone gate, and he just clicked outside. And
he kept running.
Make it out, they make it out.
Kept running, yeah.
I mean, he could have bought himself another 10 seconds or whatever, but still, he's got the skirms forward. Sebastian tries to go for the counterattack. The villager Doubt killed is basically now the Persian extra production.
That's true.
That's true. So the eco is kind of evened out on the land. On the water, Doubt has had 1 less fishing ship, but it's not the biggest difference in the world, as he's already starting to take the berries in the center, too.
It's such a big deal that Doubt doesn't have a scout right now, because you could tell he's like, okay, where's his army? Where's his army? Where's his army? And then you never want to run around looking for it. So instead, what you do is you try and attack them, right? Which is the right play for Doubt, but Sebastian prepping walls, and Sebastian's got archers sneaking, and Sebastian, he could get into Doubt's eco, and Doubt has no defense.
Doubt. Yeah, like he hasn't seen these archers in a while too.
Yeah.
Right? Like he knew they were there. He knows the blacksmith is up. He hasn't seen him in a while, and it's going to hit him at some point.
Yeah, and it hits him now.
Unfortunately, the archers hit him now before the idea that there might be an attack. And, whoa, 2 vills dead.
2 vills dead. Could be more. He was already bringing skirms home, so that's good game sense, but it does feel like this damage for Sebastian, considering how untouched he is at home right now, and the fact he has 5 fishing ships. Looking pretty good. Now it's his turn. Sebastian runs underneath a TC and doesn't lose too much here. And yeah, forward dock from Doubt that actually the scout from Sebastian can... Oh my God, the scout sees the Vill.
Yeah, no.
But it doesn't see the dock.
It's a ninja dock, dude. Yeah, neither does the Vill fishing over there either. So Doubt is going to disrupt that a little bit.
Yeah.
And Doubt's still in this. I mean, he's got Portuguese. There's the relics in the center. If he gets up to Castle Age before him and gets that middle control, like we said earlier, it's a big deal.
Wow,
Portuguese
Sebastian, I almost can't believe Sebastian didn't see that dock. We talked about the importance of the scout. His scout was kind of just standing there for a while. But he's pushing the middle with more scouts, Dave.
Yeah.
He's got archers picking off the vills. He's got a scout to kill the skirms. Doubt will lose more villagers in the middle. And it's all going to be Sebastian when it comes to land army here. Scout, Archer, against Doubt having a couple, like maybe 2 archers, maybe 2 spears is going to be brutal for Doubt.
This is the point where the market comes down as Doubt starts to realize, wow, I'm in a really bad position. Yeah. Like if you look at his eco at home, that is a disaster. Look at how far away the TC is from everything.
Yeah,
that is a nightmare. At least he's got the 2 fire galleys, but Sebastian sees the dock now.
Yeah, Sebastian knows about that. Also, I do wonder, like, I feel like if you just keep your fishing ships alive for another 2 minutes, you're happy here because you're going to run out of fish. Now, these days, players are adding fish traps, so maybe I'm incorrect on that, but still, it does feel like Sebastian could be okay. That's probably one of Doubt's ways back into the game, though, is the water advantage. And he starts it off by killing some fish, while meanwhile, he's got 2 docks in the north where, again, he could potentially add fish traps long term. So that's what Doubt's hoping for. Still no market, but he might actually be able to click up here.
Yeah, Sebastian added the market first. I guess Doubt built the tower on the gold, so he couldn't sell the stone.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So if he can't sell the stone, he doesn't feel like it's worth it. Now, Sebastian actually clicks up before Doubt.
Yep.
Using the market, and the archers are still here, and this is a really, really disgusting situation for Doubt. Really well played from Sebastian so far.
He's so good.
After the man-at-arms. Yep.
Yeah, he's so good. Like, look at his farming eco right now. It's insane. He's got 12 farms back at home. It's not like he's cut many corners here with army production either. He's made more army than most people would. And players like Sebastian, they used to be, kill fast or else type of players. Now he has that next step, which is Castle Age. And so Feudal Age, he's done a lot. Now, as oh my God, he's going underneath the TC because he knows there's not many vills there. Sebastian.
Yeah, there's nothing in there, and there's only 1 wood line. And the maps are starting to come into play here, right?
Wow. That's crazy, though. To run through there is a bit risky in many people's eyes. To go underneath the tower is a bit risky. And Sebastian just says, screw it. I'm going for it. Does lose a lot of his archer army here, Dave, but Doubt's eco is really struggling right now.
Yeah, this is... He can't deal with that. He can't clear up the archers, and he can't take gold. And if he can't take gold, then it's over. If he doesn't get to Castle Age first as well, it's kind of over as his archers come forward. Sebastian doesn't need to be on those berries. So really not much threat there. And he'll see that Sebastian's in Castle Age now. Doubt continues to go, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, you're thinking right now that your opponent doesn't have any fish, and you've got 8 fishing ships. The 8 fishing ships keep Doubt in this game, especially since he's floating wood. You can definitely add the fish traps, but the concern will be army numbers for Doubt. So he needs to get back on that gold. He actually needs to bring his army all the way home just to get back on gold. That's so frustrating.
I think there's a world where Doubt brings like 20 villagers to the middle here out of his 33.
Yeah.
And tries to like TC this or something. It's going to be problematic though because the crossbows are there from Sebastian. And they're still sitting underneath the tower, and Doubt's just waiting for enough knights to potentially clear those up. He got 1. He got 2.
That's so
he
annoying.
Got 3.
He'll probably just use Vills for the rest because he just can't make another knight.
Though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's Doubt's doing the right thing, trying to hop in and out of the tower, but this is a painful situation as Sebastian kind of just ignores the crossbow army from Doubt and goes forward now to try and hit the other side where this market is. All Sebastian right now economically, but Doubt still has those 8 crossbows. They still have not been dealt with. I thought maybe we'd see knights or a siege workshop from Sebastian, but he's gone for the second TC first and adding a lot more eco there.
One development I've noticed since Sebastian's game is like he's gotten a lot calmer as a player. You mentioned it before that he used to be the style that would just produce, you'd see him with 60 crossbows in an Arabia game.
Yeah.
And he'd be trying to just play for crossbows and not add eco or transition or anything, but he's really adapted. And this game, I think, shows his calmness really, really well. Early against the men-at-arms, trusted his ability, lost 1 villager, but recovered. And then right here, like he doesn't feel a need to deal with these crossbows.
And his economy,
not much of a threat.
Yeah, and his economy is always so clean and so crisp. Yeah. Which, I mean, he's on 2 TCs right now. Like, again, you could fully justify just staying on 1 TC and getting ballistics, going knights, going for the kill, and he's probably going to win the game that way. But he's going for the third one in the middle right now. Like, the kid's insane. And
I want to believe in something as badly as Doubt believes in these fish. Because that has to be the only reason he's still in the game. And I look over at this pond, and there's not much there, bro.
Yeah,
I
mean,
not much there.
It depends how you look at it, right?
Yeah.
I think when it's your first game, actually the score, it can be very deceiving. That's probably the biggest thing. The score is actually even, which probably makes Doubt think that maybe Sebastian doesn't have the economy that we can see he has. But beyond that, I think with it being your first game, as Doubt tries to deny this TC, it's actually very risky for Sebastian. But the TC will go up. I think that Doubt's just like, I got to make sure I'm dead before I resign, which makes sense in a final.
Oh, that TC was close to being... Both those vills were weak.
Yeah.
Like, that was actually close to being a Doubt TC. But, I mean, Sebastian's going to get it up regardless. And now Sebastian has the relics here. Doubt won't be able to snag those. And Sebastian is bringing those all the way home. No, he's making a monastery there. Nice.
Sebastian just refuses to deal with these 8 crossbows. He's just like, nope, it's not worth my time. I'm going to go kill you first. But, I mean, at a certain point, I feel like you've got to send something over there to deal with that. It's wild to me.
What have they done, though? What have they done?
Well, I mean, I guess they haven't killed that much. They have
nothing on the resume.
They've killed 0 villagers, but still.
Yeah.
But still, I wouldn't be ignoring them. I would head over there, but Sebastian knows that that's what Doubt wants, I guess. All right, well, villagers on stone for Doubt. Again, getting killed. He lost a couple villagers there earlier. Those TCs for Persians are going to be churning out villagers like crazy. I love the fact we're seeing a lot of Persian crossbows. They're not the best crossbow civ, of course, but I feel like when you're booming on, as we see a big split here from Sebastian.
Oh, that's a sick split, yeah.
And he's going to kill the Mangonel as well. Perfect play. To my point, when you're booming with Persians, it's really hard to get the food for knights, actually, because your village just produce so fast out of the TCs. So I think going archers with them is actually really good for your long-term economy.
Doubt's adding fish traps. He's not done yet.
Yeah, and I mean...
This is definitely a first game of the set kind of warm-up game.
Now, the only thing Sebastian's missing... Well, never mind. He's doing it already. I was going to say the only thing he's really missing is shifting over to stone. You get this position, 3 town centers with good economy and army, and then your next step to make sure you don't lose is a castle towards the middle. And he was ahead of the game there, so... Yeah, Doubt needs something... He needs a big Mangonel shot, I think, to have a chance.
Is there a win condition for him other than Sebastian making a series of unfortunate mistakes? Because it just feels like a position that Sebastian should never lose from.
Yeah, I mean, Knight Mangonel is really good against Persian crossbow monk, because the Persian monks can't get redemption, they can't even get sanctity, and crossbows aren't great long-term. So... I do think that at this stage, because of how good Sebastian is, that it would definitely have to be some mistakes from Sebastian, but you got to make your opponent work. So I think maybe, the +2 armor now for Doubt. Maybe you get a couple more knights, 3 Mangonels, and go right towards that middle area. That's pretty much your best option here, but it's going to be tough.
Mangonels are all alone, dude. They're on a solo mission.
Yeah. and then like... If they would have just stayed, if they would have just stayed, the villagers would have been completely fine. But he's looking for army kills.
Oh God! Oh, he ejects.
Oh no way! Did you see that?
Position 2, yeah.
Dude!
Oh my God! That was sick from Sebastian. Oh my God!
That is 5 times more impressive than the split we saw earlier. The split earlier, you're expecting at a high level. He doubled back in between the house and the siege workshop. And then got an awkward split off as well in the end. Did he lose a single crossbow there?
That was not the split command there. That was him drag selecting a different group of crossbows where he knew the Mangonel was going to hit and pulling them off to the side.
That was disgusting. That
really
needs to be clipped.
Yeah.
People need to be watching that later on if they're not here right now. That was crazy. And of course, Doubt's Lonely Mangonels are going to have some problems out here. But like we said, Persian monks are weak. Still got enough conversions. And Sebastian now 30-vil lead. And Doubt still hoping for something. He's going to get gill nets, Dave. Like you said, the fish, man. He's hoping those
All it
fishing ships could
takes-
do something.
The funniest thing is like all it takes is one crossbow on each dock, and this whole eco is shut down.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Sebastian just doesn't hesitate though, dude. Like, how many players could just sit back? He just
Mangonel
continues
again?
to go forward.
Dodges that
Dodges.
shot. Okay.
Yeah, like if he got the kills before, this is not a situation where he's going to be too terrified. He's going to bring in
Another
some knights
Mangonel?
now. Attack ground from Doubt. Knights come in now. And those knights will kill that Mangonel. They should kill the next Mangonel. Doubt trying his best here in the first game, but Sebastian's played perfect. Sebastian, not so perfect. He was distracted, but he was converting the knights from Doubt, and Doubt calls the GG. Sebastian with pretty much the perfect first game, Dave.
Yeah, I think only problem was not seeing those men-at-arms early.
Yeah.
Or the militia, but he recovered really well. And to be honest, like, it's a tough map for him to start out against men-at-arms. It's a really, really tough one, right? Like, it's completely open at the front. You can't really wall it off that much. You don't have much vision on the side. So I think he did really good to recover from that. And then obviously, I think with most players, this game would have been over 20 minutes ago and they would have resigned. But Doubt gave it a go. So the tail end of this game kind of, influences our thoughts about it. But it was really decided in that first 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the execution from him is just incredible. I think the thing that I am curious about from Doubt's perspective was the timings on the follow-up attack and
not tracking the army.
not tracking
That's
the
a
armies.
problem.
Yeah, I think actually the biggest deal for Doubt, and Doubt has always been so known for using that scout long term. He lost his scout during the man-at-arm attack by just kind of forgetting about it near the wood line. He lost it to a Vil. I think if Doubt is able to track those first 5 archers coming over,
he's fine. Yeah,
he could have been okay. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what started the snowball, because you know how it goes. You lose the Vils to the archers, you have to go deal with the archers, and by the time you go to move forward again, your opponent's ready for you and has a follow-up. But I think we saw the Persian economy, but we also saw how good Sebastian can play with economy. Doubt is he picked a lot of civs that rely on unique units and castles, funnily enough. So I think Doubt is not going to want the standard scout archer type game. And luckily for him, it's Thalassocracy. So we will see probably a lot more primary water maps for Doubt here too. Should be Italians for Sebastian unless something changed that I don't know. What? Aztecs.
This is like Hidden Cup Aztecs on islands all over again. Tristan.
Yeah. Okay.
I like it. Try something different. There's a lot of relics here, bro.
That's true.
You can grab them. You might be in a decent spot. Remember that the docks for Aztecs do produce faster. So they're not the worst naval civilization.
That's like saying the archer text and the blacksmith for Bulgarians research faster, so you should go archers.
Bro, the archer techs do research real quick for Bulgarians.
I'm just saying they don't get crossbow, and Aztecs are awful on Navy with water, so let's not try and act like because their docks produce a bit faster that that's a positive here.
In Imperial Age, you can do it real quick with Bulgarians.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, they do have cav archers technically, so I think that's fine. Okay, so 3 villager start, standard start. It's been a bit since I've seen games, but the last time was Titans League, and basically what I felt was the play was fast castle because of the safety of the sea tower. The sea tower should protect your fish, and if you're being really smart with it, you can go take the fish far away from the sea tower in Dark Age, and then when your opponent can make Navy, you go to the safe fish underneath the sea tower.
One of the keys here is going to be, if you're playing that fast castle approach, dock a little bit to the side of the sea tower and then take the fish that aren't within range of that, because they each have one that's right underneath it. Save that for later. But if I know pro players, they'll take that stuff right under the tower in Dark Age.
Yeah, true.
just to make us mad, you know?
It does depend on the strat. I think if there was a civ that could be really strong actually going fast feudal water, it could be Dravidians, because you could make 3 galleys and still probably snipe the fishing ships underneath the sea tower, and then you use your 2 docks to just spam fishing ships. And with the Dravidian carry capacity having fishing ships going long distance is actually still kind of strong
really
with them.
a problem.
So, yeah. But
I just wonder, like, what the strategy is here with the Aztecs, because you don't necessarily want to go super late game. The Aztec tech tree, especially on a map like this, if your opponent is fully boomed versus you, isn't going to look so good, right? They don't get, obviously, bombard cannon. They have the worst castles in the game for trying to get involved in a Treb war.
Yep.
And then you're just in a position where you're making like eagles with low HP. Don't even have that El Dorado available to you. And then you've got Arbalest without like thumb ring. It's just not, it's not great.
I would love to see Jags versus Yurumis here. I don't actually know who wins. I feel like Yurumis should probably win.
It depends on the numbers.
Yeah.
Individually, the Jags will like whip boys, dead to club. But in numbers, I'm not so certain.
It's also really hard to justify unique units on this map, because typically what happens is we see a lot of imp treb timings here, because players will be contesting the gold positions. They'll protect or attack the gold positions with a castle, and then immediately are just trying to get up to imp to treb down the opponent's fortification. So kind of as expected, maybe, or what we thought could happen. Sebastian's getting loom, which tells me he's going to drop off his food and click up. So yeah, I think this is going to be somewhat aggressive yet economic approach from Sebastian, where he goes for galleys and fishing ships for the middle. Also could be a really fast castle, but I think he would add a couple more villagers if he was doing that.
I think he just needs to play the standard game here and then get as much vision on what Doubt is doing and try and adapt to that.
Yeah.
When you see a weird civ pick like this from Aztecs, you just got to keep your scout alive. If it dies,
Doubt trap,
another one.
Doubt trap. Oh my God, there was such potential there for a trap. And Sebastian leaves. Now, Dave, there's only 4 tiles of gold near the player TCs. I say the word near. Oftentimes they are awkward. Doubts are very awkward. The one is beyond the wood line on the right. And then the other one
is doable.
On the left is doable. Yeah.
Yeah. And Sebastian has to go to long distance for his too.
Yeah. And he's going to gold now. Hopefully he realizes that Ville's walking back. He does. And he adds dock number 2, which we expected. So, yeah, the sea tower protects the fish. Doubt is saving that one bit of tuna underneath the tower. But
nice.
From what I've seen, you get 3 galleys. You could just still micro against that tower. And this is Sebastian we're talking about. So I think he's going to be confident in just ignoring the tower fire.
Doubt's seen the 2 docks now, I think. No, he only saw 1. Okay.
Well, he'll see feudal, so that'll tell him everything he needs to know. And I also think he expects this. Sebastian could, and maybe was considering a bit of a lame there versus Doubt with the scout. Doubt did the right thing there.
I love and hate this development in Age of Empires 2 meta, where people just like belligerently run under the TC and try and snipe your stuff.
Yeah.
It's so annoying, but it's impressive at the same time, right? And there's not many tools you have against it other than keeping 3 or 4 vills idle.
Yeah, the only thing, the adaptation that people have made is they are garrisoning half their vills instead of all of them. Because if you garrison all of them, the TC's still not killing things, because the TC's, as we've been saying for 5 years, don't hit anything.
They don't hit anything.
Yeah, like this is not a new development. You and I have been complaining about this, but anyways, yeah, so you don't garrison all your vills, you garrison half, because then they can't steal your stuff. So, but yeah, I at least players have seemed to figure that out. And I do think I don't know about the most recent patch, but one of the changes they made recently to the TCs, it did make a difference. It does, some of the projectiles hit a bit more frequently, so.
I think Sebastian should just add a few more fish here. I don't know if he needs that 5th galley.
I agree.
Doubt might go for the war galley tech and try and go fires to take this out as Sebastian dives under the tower. Barely takes any damage.
So what he did there initially is he brought his scout in first. So the first 2 volleys from the tower actually just attacked the scout. And then Doubt realized and had to task. But yeah, to your point, I don't even know if 4 galleys was needed. I think it certainly got the job done, but now is when you can add fish.
Key here for Sebastian, you've got enough to stall out the 1 dock production of fires.
Yeah.
Add in like 4 or 5 more fish. You don't need more than that. Keep your eco running. You know Doubt's going for a fast castle now. And just keep scouting.
Yep.
Keep your scout alive and just no surprises.
This is so
at all, as he sends the archers now along the left side.
This is so good from Doubt to scout though, because he's able to add a tower because he knows the archers are going to be a threat due to that eagle spotting that. I forget what game it was. It was high level players, and I was just talking about, man, he's going to scout that. He's going to scout that. He didn't recently, but it's just like one of these things you constantly have to be focusing on. And Sebastian as well has been using that scout very effectively. And he's going to see that Doubt will have the barracks. And with Doubt going fast castle, obviously Doubt will probably add an eagle or 2. So I think Sebastian might even need to just like give up on damage with these archers. When he sees the tower and he sees the barracks, he may just say, well, I'm not sure if I can do anything here. And he might just pull his archers away.
I think this might be war galley upgrade right away from Doubt, and Sebastian needs to realize it might be as well.
Yeah, he sees the
and
dock.
add in a couple fire galleys maybe in front to help him out.
That's a good point. You're kind of stuck right now if you're Sebastian though, because you don't want to spend gold on anything because you have just enough for Castle Age. So that is delayed somewhat. I like this though from Sebastian to at least try and bring the archer to the galleys. That's smart, and he actually will kill that eagle.
It's not getting war galley? What?
It's tough to afford, dude. He still doesn't have the food.
It is tough to afford, but I mean, this is his strat, man.
It's
not our strat, you know?
He's not our strat.
Timings here. He's missing his timings.
Well, fletching is in for Sebastian, but there's some weak galleys here. Let's see. Doubt can't drop the second town center, so I agree that it would feel natural to maybe go into war galley. Also, I don't think you need the Eagle Warrior upgrade just yet. And yeah, there he goes.
Yeah, I missed it. He shouldn't have added those eagles. I hate to be the guy telling Doubt what he should and shouldn't do, but like he's gonna lose all these, and Sebastian's gonna be in Castle Age.
Doubt on the right side, we see a crocodile kill an archer. So Doubt, if he's going to make a run for the golds, might run over to the right.
Supply, or it's your turn.
Oh, supplies. Yeah, I'm not like. I haven't finished my coffee yet.
Anymore?
Okay. Yeah, I can only scream supplies a couple hundred times before I can.
I'm trying to give the people the content, all right?
Sorry. I didn't finish my coffee yet. Sebastian's doing it way too early. If we see supplies later, I'll do the thing.
Okay. Well, look at Doubt saving that on 1 HP and trying to save this other fire as well.
Yeah, not bad. But those 7 fishing ships have been working for Sebastian for a long time. And Sebastian did complete supplies so he could consider going for longswords against the Eagles, which is the perfect call. But I get the thought process. I honestly don't even know if the Eagles do too much right now. Like, longswords are still slower than Eagles. Yeah. So I think Sebastian's big focus here still just needs to be defending on water and then adding some economy from home. And just expanding towards the later stages.
The big problem for me here is that Doubt went up to Castle Age. He was queuing the fires, and then he completely whiffed on the timing of them. He delayed it by like a minute and a half. So he wasn't able to take out any of the fishing ships from Sebastian. He might get them eventually, but how many resources has Sebastian brought in with those fish in the meantime, right? Like,
and, dude, Sebastian's micro is just so good.
Yeah.
You know, you really need to work with the timings then. If Sebastian's micro is so solid... That's typically what Doubt works with. Now, here we have the sea tower defending a bit. Doubt sees the fish. But the galleys show up. War galley upgrade will be in for Sebastian. And yeah, Doubt will not find any more fishing ship kills, most likely. As Sebastian goes for TC number 2. And that's before Doubt. So, advantage Sebastian. This is a player who really has not been under any pressure in this tournament. He won every single round fairly convincingly. 3-0'd Nikov, then 4-1'd Tato, and now it's here against Doubt in the final after Doubt beat Yo 4-3. And he's looking like so far ahead. It doesn't even look like it's close right now.
I mean, but to be fair to Doubt, how many times does it look like this in the past in his sets, right? Like he'll have a couple games where seems like the opponent can't lose to him.
Yeah.
And then he'll come back and win 2 or 3.
That's fair.
That's the saying, right? It's like Doubt's the best player in the world for 2 games in every set.
Oh man.
Sometimes though, it's not always the best of 3. So.
Well, I guess that disappointing storyline that Doubt had for a year or so, where he would be ahead and he would lose the series.
Mm-hmm.
That's not looking like it's going to be the case here now. Without Sebastian's playing, it is going to be a Doubt comeback story, if anything, I would say. Oh, don't tell me Sebastian finds that freaking monk. What?
Oh, he does. Well,
actually,
but does he realize?
Yeah. Oh, he does.
He does.
Okay.
Can he Doubt save it? The monk is trying to dodge. Sebastian's going to get that.
Oh my God, dude. And let's just appreciate what Sebastian has accomplished with that scout. He knew how Doubt was going to play this game, right? He scouted gold positions, assessed that he could go archers to apply pressure there. Then confirmed that Doubt wasn't on the right-hand side with the scout, came back over to the left-hand side, killed the monk, and doesn't get the vision that Doubt's building a TC there. But, I mean, that is what is to be expected at this point if Doubt is not on the right-hand side.
I could see what the idea with the Eagles were from Doubt, right? Like, he's going to discover where all the relics are.
Yeah.
He's going to see if Sebastian's pushing forward with it. So far, they haven't really done any damage, and there's really no potential to deny this TC with 2 Eagles that have combined 10 HP on the right side.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize they were weak. Yeah. I think you can kill 1. And Sebastian may also not realize that those are so weak, because you're not really checking.
He has some men-at-arms nearby, or long swords now. Wow.
Yeah, you got, remember, Dravidian Barrack technologies are 50% off, so the Squires upgrade, the Longsword upgrade, Man-at-Arm, even supplies is cheaper, so... and now Doubt's got to think about how he handles that. Now, Aztecs do have Arbalest, so Archers long-term could be good, but Dravidians have faster firing skirms. Dravidians, I think, one of their best matchups is against Aztecs, Mayans, and Incas. Because it's a matchup where they can actually justify just staying on infantry archer, and the lack of knights isn't a problem. So look at Sebastian underneath the TC. That one there, I'm not sure I agree with. He loses the longswords, and Doubt able to save his
From
monks.
his perspective, they are like infinitely expendable, though. He still has the fish. He's got decent farming behind.
Yeah.
He's got full map control. Like, he's laughing right here. And he's actually going for a siege workshop, but Doubt still has Eagles on the field. Credit to Doubt. He has lost some Eagles, but he's kept the numbers pretty consistent. He's kept them in the right position. So he knows when Sebastian is coming forward, as he sees the longswords over on the right side as well. So he converts one of those.
Good awareness. I mean, 3 relics with Aztecs could potentially be 4 if he can somehow clear up the navy on the shoreline here with some monks. Yeah, that gold income and having a TC in the gold area is really strong here for Doubt. And I was just going to say, I wonder where Sebastian is going to build his castle when he gets there. And I think this is an answer with him coming over this way.
How is the res collected so close?
Aztecs.
I mean, Sebastian's still ahead by 1.5, but Doubt only has the first wood upgrade. He's just picked up the relics. Like, I guess it is the Aztecs.
Aztec carry capacity is really strong. And that's a big reason people pick Aztecs. That is maybe further down the list on the things that we as casters talk about. But, Longsword Mangonel, probably the choice. We have Devotion from Sebastian, a new tech. He knows that those monks are going to be going for conversions. That helps him resist conversions. Davies going for Armored Elephants instead of Mangonels. That's interesting, because I guess if you go Mangonels, the Aztecs could so easily get Redemption to convert it from distance.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The Armored Elephants force a fight.
Yeah.
And that's what Sebastian wants, right? He wants to engage so his longswords can come in there. He's going to have the longsword numbers. And,
dude, it's going to be...
Armored Elephants do a crazy amount of damage as well.
They do, but with how awkward pathing can be, I do wonder if maneuvering through these openings with an Armored Elephant and longswords is going to be easy for Sebastian. Is he bringing Vils yet? Are we going to see a forward castle? Or does he build a defensive castle where he has his TC? Like, either one would be fine. Doubt sees the longswords are on the way. Sees the elephants are on the way. And the longsword just dive for the monks. Monks will get conversions, but monks will die, which is a big deal in a monk war. You still want to have your monks alive, ideally.
Yep. And now he kills the 3 longswords, so they can't really target the elephants. The villagers will take a long time to kill those. And if they come out, Sebastian can just kill them.
Yep.
Sebastian is devoted as well, so any future monks be tough to get those conversions on time.
Doubt is nothing on gold.
Trying to deal with those.
Yeah, Doubt is nothing on gold because these are his gold villagers. So he's actually pulled off of gold just having to garrison here. And he's going to drop a castle to protect this. But just like a lot of awkward situations here for Doubt to deal with, but he's still, with that castle, should be in a good spot to take the gold. And this attack from Sebastian hasn't necessarily paid off in my eyes.
Yeah, I don't know why he just didn't target the TC there.
Yeah, just go for it.
Or the monastery or something. Like, I don't know what value you're looking for with these armored elephants, but it gives Doubt time to get more monks. And now these elephants have old men chasing after them.
This was a bad choice.
This is a problem.
This was a bad choice. This is... Delete it,
God.
Sebastian. Delete it. Sebastian.
He's like, no, I refuse.
The monk is actually faster, but they have to kind of stop when they convert, so...
Yeah.
This is actually really funny.
Walk up, sniff the butt, and then catch up again. Oh, he brings him back to the fleet.
Okay. And now there's 2 elephants for the Aztecs. This must be the first time I've seen Aztecs with armored elephants, so that's exciting. Longswords were still in Doubt's eco. Doubt now has more longswords. No, he doesn't have more longswords than Sebastian, but still. But Sebastian is imping. But, Dave, he can't properly use an imp timing without a castle being up near Doubt's castle right now. And now
he can,
it could be
awkward. If he goes chemistry and cannon galleons. If he controls the water.
Yeah, that's true. You could tell he really wants to build a castle here still.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really have the army anymore. Doubt's got monks to convert whatever Sebastian makes. And he can make jags, which are good against longswords. Doubt's got 4 relics. Doubt's going to start to make things messy a little bit on water. I'm liking Doubt's situation again, as long as he can get up to the Imperial Age here.
He needs to realize that Doubt is attempting to redock. I don't know if he's seen that. He didn't see the redock potential there from Doubt.
Yeah.
I think Sebastian definitely just needs a castle on the right side, castle on the left side, which he's doing now, the one you mentioned, and then just keep adding units on water, which he's adding right now. Get your upgrades. If you control the water and have a castle on each side, you should be fine.
Yep. I agree with you there. And Doubt has no answer to Trebs. Trebs are the biggest problem. And cannon galleons for that matter. But cannon galleons in theory could be converted by monks. Trebs, you have to stand right next to that Treb to convert it. So
look at the food for Sebastian.
Dude, look at his farming eco. Like, look at these upgrades. Like, he is farming everywhere. It's not just the fish. It's just what he does with the fish. And grand final, Doubt, one of the biggest names our scene has. So experienced, right? In so many different settings. Rarely can you doubt any of Doubt's strategy. But Sebastian, yes, shipwright.
Oh my God. I mean, if you're floating 1.5k food, then sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
And he figures, I don't actually need anything else on land. All I need is the Trebs. So he could justify investing into that. And Navy on this map, Dave, it really gets a lot of value long term. Because you can just range so much of the opponent's eco. It's such a smart move. Doubt needs something on land, but it's really tricky. It's like typically the player with water dominance doesn't have the land. But here Sebastian has the land control and he has the water control.
I think it's better to not go Thalassocracy against Aztecs because they're such big conversion targets and high value conversion targets.
Yeah.
I think it's just better to go like Demo and Galleon.
Galleon's just still so good. Yeah, it's still so good. And
nice wall off around the Trebs. That's something Sebastian does really well. He's been doing for a while, is walling off his Trebs when he's having a castle war, which is one of those little things, right? A lot of people forget about.
Doubt's going to be imp in a moment. He's repairing his castle. Sebastian just continues to make Trebs out of this castle while getting two-handed swordsman, while having heavy demo out there. And even freaking heated shot at the moment. And
he's going for that 100% technology tree speed run.
And he's going to raid with Yurumis. Like, he is paying attention to all of this. He knows that Doubt's on the other side, and he'll kill the monk. Doubt has to move away with Vils as he's getting slaughtered elsewhere.
I mean, it's such a nice looking eco behind for Sebastian as well.
Yep.
Doubt's got a decent economy of his own. Like, he's at 144 bills with really good upgrades. The problem for him is the same problem it's been all game. It's just the tech tree for Aztecs. You can't play into the late game because where's your win condition? I don't really think it exists.
And it's usually, I think what Dowd is able to do, right, is he's able to, Dowd is never a timing player, but he's able to survive, adapt, and then conquer, right? But Sebastian just finds that next timing in attack. We saw it with like the water, and we saw it with the longswords. Now we've seen it with the castle. Sebastian just never hesitates. He's just so quick to everything, and Dowd is just completely overwhelmed at the moment. This is what Tato was almost. I only saw the first 3 games, and when Sebastian played Tato yesterday, but it was the same deal, man. Where Sebastian's just playing like an absolute beast, and Dowd's population is telling him to keep playing. I get it, but I'm not seeing how he stops this right now.
He's building up trebs. He's going into skirms. I don't know if that Lattle is in yet. I don't think it is. And even Bracer isn't in yet. So it's going to be Treb Skirm.
Yeah.
Against Champion Treb.
Yep, that's going to be really tricky. I mean, at the very least, Dowd just needs to take care of the Trebs. He does have his own Trebs to help here. That actually might give Dowd some time. Sebastian doesn't have the easiest position to deploy his Trebs.
And he doesn't have that much pop space either.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because a lot of it's taken up with the water, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Sebastian actually goes for a castle at home, which I really like. You see Doubt upgrading those eagles.
Yeah,
this is like Hera type of play.
Yeah.
Where instead of putting the castle at the forward position, you put it home to protect everything.
Yeah.
And Doubt is actually he's actually killing some siege here. He got a Treb. He got a bombard cannon. He's attacking Sebastian's Trebs with his own. And Sebastian's biggest problem is he doesn't have pop space for this because he's controlling 3 other sections of the map currently.
For Sebastian, though, even if you just hold the current position for another 10 minutes, Doubt will then be out of gold because Doubt is barely mining gold right now. So he doesn't actually need to push. He does need to hold that position. And I like the cannon galleon idea from Sebastian. The galleys that he has are protecting that and will take more relics away from Doubt.
I think he needs to delete like 15 of those galleons at this point.
Yeah, also, I think you can delete some lumberjacks. You have enough farms. Yep. You don't need much wood. Like, if you're really worried, we might just see him shift delete like 20 vills.
Yeah.
But I think he's still only seeing skirms, so he feels like champions can do it. The skirms have a ladle now, though. And the champions don't have the final armor, so I actually could see Doubt pushing his castle down with these Trebs right now.
Is he getting Wood Steel? Yeah.
Yeah, Wood Steel, all right.
He almost got Medical Core, and then he's like, no.
Whoops, wrong one.
Yeah, that's...
Wrong one. Yeah, he's also researching that in the castle in the back. And, oh, this is smart, actually. Just send the champions into Doubt's eco. Doubt's got nothing there. Doubt can't stop that.
And Doubt is getting Garland Wars, so we will see Wood Steel against Garland Wars. Unfortunately for Doubt, he doesn't have many Jaguars.
Yeah. And his castles are kind of split up, and the last thing Doubt was expecting was champions in that farming eco, because he's so focused on the gold. He will have the gold, though. He will have more gold than I expected him to have. But he has to drop a panic castle, and this is, oh man, this is going to be a painful one.
Yep.
Sebastian's just everywhere right now. And Sebastian's prepping stables, and he seems to be preparing for pushing Doubt on the gold area again. Doubt's population 190. So there is that. And if he can reclaim the relics that he's lost, he will get back up to 4. Doubt also has Trebs in the north right now, thinking about a push.
Yeah,
there,
I know. He's building up there, too. It's actually insane that his pop is so healthy here.
Yeah, I agree. He did have, I think he had a bit of an overboom, but it was one of those things where the overboom helped because he had like 160 vills, and then he lost 30 of them, and it worked out. He's still a 135 and has military pop space.
Here comes the counterattack. We've got 33 Atlatl skirmishers and 2 trebuchets, so he will spot the stables here from Sebastian, and that'll be kind of annoying. Sebastian won't have time to mass up an army there because the skirms are all over him. But Sebastian now rolled Trebs directly across the water.
Yeah.
He's got the champions there, so Doubt's going to lose a lot of his farming eco here.
Ooh, Doubt with a gate in the north.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
he's probably
Sebastian...
gonna open it. Knowing Vils, he's just gonna open it for Sebastian.
Well, you got to hit the Vil, Sebastian, and it'll open the gate. I think he'll actually do it. Well,
he's attacking the gate.
Of all my call-outs, that would have been one of my best ones. Oh, man. Oh, the gate opened because the Cannon Galleon hit her. Oh, man. Missed opportunities. Doubts lost 70 Vils this game, Dave. But the Skirm counterattack is pushing. Yeah. Yeah, Sebastian's kind of ignoring this at the moment. No champions headed over there.
We were talking about the tech tree for Aztecs. Sebastian's kind of running into the same problem with Dravidians here now. He wants to kill off his opponent, and it's tough.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have the night line. There's no like Cavalier or something to just go in and raid. You're going to have to make some of the worst light cav in the game, even though they do have Woot Steel. And if you want to deal with this skirmisher army, it's going to be a whole process.
Dow lost the Trebs in the north to those two champions somehow. He took out the castle, but the champions somehow got around or through. And so Doubt's got two. No, I'm wrong. He's got 3 castles. But he's going to lose some. Yeah, I actually think Onager would be a good shout here, especially because Dravidians save some resources on their siege.
Yep.
But I think the champions are mopping up Doubt's skirms. Doubt's skirms population will plummet. His pop will plummet. Still no control. And Sebastian's going to start to push the north now as well. So Doubt's going to lose too much ground, it feels like.
Yeah, at some point, like, it's just better to keep producing more of what you've been producing rather than making the ideal tech switch, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You just got to keep up momentum, keep the units coming out, and eventually it's going to work out for you. It's funny to me that Doubt has Garland Wars, but he doesn't even have forging.
Yeah, right. It's like I guess he has been on a time
4.
crunch, right? So that's
Fully
a way to get
upgraded,
+4 attack.
Guard tower.
Just
Sebastian.
Casual 6k gold in the bank right now for Sebastian. Love to see it. We never had it in like a really big moment in Titans League, or I think one of the Red Bulls, or really any of the maps, any of the times this map has been incorporated in the big S tier tournaments. But I saw so many games in like practice games where this map would actually go on long enough where both players would run out of gold.
I've seen that too, yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Don't think it'll happen here, though.
Oh, it's a feast for Sebastian now. Those villagers are trying to run.
They're going to run right into that stack of galleons that are just waiting for them.
Oh, God, that's like the patrol stack right now. Oh, no, these things. Oh, God. This is like machine gun emplacement. These things are dead, dude.
Yeah. And Doubt's going to try. He knows champions are a problem, so he's gone for crossbow now, getting the arbalest upgrade. Now is actually when Sebastian might need skirms of his own. Champions won't be alone to stop that. But Doubt is slowly losing everything else. So that's the problem. And Sebastian is still kind of limited because he has a lot of his population on water. But I think Onager upgrade would be really helpful right now for Sebastian. Just to get 1 or 2 big shots on the Arbs and potentially change things here.
Where's he making these keeps? Like, he's researching keep, but I don't see... That's the first time I think I've ever seen Jags take out a Cannon Galleon, by the way. But, like, he's getting keep, but where are they... Where are they even going? What is
maybe he's not sure yet.
This gold? He's making elephants. Oh, my God. They're behind 15 light cav. We'll never see them. Don't worry about it.
He has 8,000 gold, so I guess, I mean, Dravidian elephants kind of suck. But if you have the gold
at this point.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's kind of has the resources to throw some things away here.
Sebastian, it just is one of those situations where he might get caught off guard here because he kind of knows that he's won this game.
Yeah.
But Doubt's like, all right, come and finish me.
Yeah. I mean,
and Sebastian hasn't shown that he's able to do that yet.
Yeah, but it's a slow. Unfortunately, just because of how Doubt's playing, there's only you can't kill him very quickly, but you're just going to, right? The champions and the Trebs pushing one of Doubt's final 2 castles. Doubt can't do too much to kill those Trebs, except for maybe using his own Treb or 2 there. I'm still not convinced about the elephants. I still think Onager is a much better play, and elephants without the final armor could be really, really bad here. But at least it holds Doubt in this position.
He might also be memeing a little bit.
Maybe. I don't know if Sebastian's that type of guy.
I don't know.
I could see Doubt doing it. Skirm. Faster firing with Dravidians. You have the ranged upgrades. That's an option too. Here we go, Sebastian. Is this Doubt's chance? Can you imagine if Doubt wins this fight? If Doubt wins this fight, maybe gives him a shot, but no, he has to, at the very least, back away from this.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they are Dravidian elephants. They're healing a whopping, what, 30 HP per minute?
I clicked one elephant and... Okay, well, now it's dead. I don't know if the healing has any effect. But it forces Doubt back. Doubt did keep his castle up on the other side, though. There are the keeps, by the way. I really like the look of the Dravidian keeps, 10 out of 10. And he's keeping
I was waiting to see
gold.
them. I've never seen them before.
Yeah.
They actually look pretty cool.
This is rather specific, but the fortified tower for the Dravidians looks really cool as well.
Dude, Sebastian needs to delete some of these galleons for sure, for sure. Maybe that's what's been holding him back here. Just the amount of pop space he has invested on the water, right? You can see him down to 108 vills. So he did delete vills at some point.
Yeah, I mean,
Doubt deleted them for him.
Yeah, it's not as though he has it's not as though he's overboomed here, in my opinion. I think also Sebastian, in some moments, is expanding his food eco elsewhere because he did lose a portion of that in his starting eco. Doubt is never going to give up if this guy doesn't go Onager against him or something, though. Like, Doubt is just, if you're going Dravidian elephants, he's just going to keep fighting until he can't make any more Arbalest. And I guess maybe the elephants are going to raid the gold now, which is the problem.
He's like Spider-Manning up against the edge of this map. Like, he's holding onto the wall.
He's got the right color and everything for it. I love it.
He's just camping out here against the edge. He's like, come and get me, buddy.
Sebastian won't care. Sebastian's got what, like 16? He's 16 years younger. He's like, I don't care. This turns into a stamina game.
Gold in the bank.
Yeah, let's go. If only like, okay, hear me out. Because we know Wonder victory is impossible in Conquest games, right? But what if building a Wonder gave you like 20 extra pop space?
Dude, Wonder victory is possible in Thalassocracy Cup.
Oh, in this tournament it is.
It is standard. I saw ACCM, or no. Was it this tournament? It might not have been this tournament. It might have been the Super Draft tournament. Never mind.
Okay.
Because I saw ACCM try and do it against Hera.
Okay.
And almost get away with it.
Yeah, I think that was another tourney.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, if Wonder victory is possible, Sebastian should be going for that. The guy's probably never made a Wonder in his life, but yeah, what if in a standard game, like a ranked game, Wonders gave you 20 extra pop space if you built them? Thoughts?
I mean, sure.
I feel like it's still never really worth it.
No,
but...
I mean, it might be in a game like this.
Yeah.
For Sebastian, very niche thing. But the problem is that kind of negates comeback potential a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
In a long game for the player who's like losing.
I consider it balanced though, because the player who's losing should be happy that 3,000 resources are being sunk into a building that takes 20 minutes to build, you know?
Maybe. Also, there's a problematic element to that where if you're in a team game, you might look over and your pocket, instead of making military, is building Wonders in their base.
Random team games would be a problem. Because everyone would be Wonder booming on Black Forest instead of giving you help.
I Wonder boom, yeah.
That's funny. All right, well, Sebastian, thus far in this final, has just played amazing. I know it took him a little bit of time to kill Doubt, but a lot of that has to do with the map. A lot of that has to do with how stubborn Doubt played. This game was never really close. Sebastian killing 182 vills, 2-1 KD. Just timing after timing was so smooth, and like, I get there's some things we could talk about with Doubt. Maybe we could question the strategy, but I just like to remind you, Doubt thrives on strategy, right? So I think that Doubt's strategies, his civ selection, is probably something that he believes in and thinks can work, but it's hard to really get going when you're playing against a player who's so good. So full credit to Sebastian here. That was just another amazing game. Doubt needs a win here before this gets really bad.
Was there potential that Doubt thought Sebastian would go for a different civ there? And the Aztecs were a tailored strategy against a different civilization.
The civ that I thought Sebastian would go for was Italians.
Yeah.
So if I were to guess another civ that Doubt would have expected, it would have been Italians. But at the same time,
it doesn't really change.
It doesn't change what was done here. Like, I actually think Italians have very similar bonuses. I guess they just worse with the champion play, which was a big deal here.
But I mean, with Italians, if you still control, I don't know.
You could still control the water. You still have the fishing.
Cav as well, which should be difficult for Doubt to deal with.
Yeah.
Cav and Asar and everything.
Yeah, I think Doubt probably didn't he clearly didn't prioritize this map in his draft that heavily because Aztecs was a very late pick. So we have still yet to see Doubt's heavy priority picks played. So that's the positive here for Doubt. But obviously the negative is it's like you got to win 4 of the next 6. Wait, 4 of the next 5. What's wrong with me? 4 of the next 5.
Do you smell toast?
Dude, I'm really burning up over here. This is rough. The wheel is spinning, but the hamster is dead for me right now. Ooh, man, some great Nomad civilizations here. Game number 3, we've got Sebastian playing as the Malians, and we've got Doubt playing as the Spanish. Doubt finds himself down 2-0 here in this best-of-7 final in Thalassocracy Cup, but that is a gorgeous TC for Doubt. He's got the dream start. Gold nearby, boar nearby, deer nearby, and if he looks around, he'll find some stone.
He's far away, which is great. It gives him time to cook and get up to Castle Age. Sebastian is in the left corner there, and Doubt actually might be able to see that TC at some point with the dock villager. Sebastian's TC isn't the worst either. I mean, I guess you're far enough away to make the conks in Doubt's perspective, but from Sebastian's perspective, you're far enough away from the conks to maybe be a little bit safer. So I don't know who would like it more.
I think Doubt knows the TC is there because the ostrich was moving. The ostrich continued to move, and there's no reason why Doubt would pre-place a palisade wall unless he's concerned that there is, the risk that someone could come in and kill him there. Now, he may have also caught a glimpse of the villagers as he walked by, and he just didn't show up in the fog, but I'm fairly certain that Doubt knows the TC is there. And as a reminder to anyone who plays ranked Nomad, in tournaments, there is not a big glowing yellow box that gives you a notification your enemy is nearby. You actually have to scout them, which I really like. So that would just be game sense from Doubt, and I'm pretty sure he knows.
I miss the days with no treaty Nomad.
I do
It's good that we have it in tournaments. I know. I understand the reasoning behind it, but it's so annoying when you're playing ranked and you basically know, especially if it's a 4v4, you know where everyone is.
Yeah, I don't even feel right. I get the reasoning because they want to use the treaty box so people don't Vil Rush or whatever, but there's just a beauty to the tiny little details on Nomad, and the players who are really good at it will show us that consistently here at a high level. So okay, now this is where I'm curious on what Doubt's plan is. I mean, it has to be conks, right? You're down 2-0, you're Spanish. You got to go for Conquistador, surely, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's why you've picked the Civ.
Yeah.
I think people get a little too cute sometimes with Spanish, and they get it in their mind, oh, we got to secure the stone first. We got to do all this stuff. With Spanish, you can afford to lose 8 Vils, and you'll still be fine.
Dude.
You just got to focus on your win condition, which is get into Conquistador numbers and get up to Castle Age before your opponent, so they can't start massing monks.
This is really his life on easy mode for Doubt. He has his second boar underneath his TC. He sees the third one very close by.
To the left, yeah.
Sebastian found one, and he's about to finish it. And he has not found the second yet. And I'm seeing these boars, and they're pretty far away from him. So I think Sebastian's really going to struggle with whatever plan he wants to execute on, which is my next thing is, do you try and kill their fish? Do you try and attack on land? But this is rough for him. He's scouting with a Vil, but might take him some time.
Yeah, he might assume there's one behind the wood. No, he should know there's not one behind the wood line from where that first one started. So he's going to leave. Unfortunately, as it usually is on Nomad, you've scouted everywhere but in the right direction.
Yeah.
So he can't see the one south, and he might bypass the one in the east.
He's going to find this one.
Find that.
Yeah, he's going to find this one. So this is like right at the time where it was starting to get really bad.
Beautiful.
And if the sheep finds the other one in the south, oh my God, he was so close to that. But if he's thorough enough, he maybe finds that. But I think if you have the perfect start with the Malians, there could still be some big concerns with how you stop the conquistadors. So I think the number one thing that players need to focus on is usually killing the fish from the Spanish. Kill their fish and they can't make as many conquistadors.
Yep. Doesn't see the docks still. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
He will find it now, though. I think that sheep's going to loop around.
Ooh, true.
Unfortunate also for Sebastian that he only had one sheep to scout with.
Yeah, it's true. It has not been a great start for him just because of the RNG aspects of Nomad. But he did just lose the sheep, assuming he's paying attention to that. And now the fact that he got the sheep back.
And now it's back.
And now he sees the
house
house.
Is there. Perfect. Yeah. And he doesn't want to lose it again. So he's sending a villager now. No loom on that villager. No loom on Doubt's villager. And Doubt is in a fairly rough position here. That fish is almost done. So if Sebastian walls him in.
Yeah. What is Doubt doing?
Build, but
Doubt didn't want to get walled in, I think. That's a bit weird.
I have the high ground.
Yeah, I don't
He's
love...
He's going to die, dude. Oh, so close.
All right, Doubt quick wall. Oh! In all fairness, he if he could take 2 shots there, he would have got the quick wall down.
Nice job from Sebastian. And Sebastian's up quick.
Yeah, really fast. And now he knows where the fish are. So we're definitely going to just see Sebastian drop a dock there and try and kill the fish. Doubt is expecting to lose the fish most likely. And I'm assuming this would be a fast castle for him. But I am seeing a lumber camp, which tells me this is not the fast castle and this might be a water contest.
That's actually a pretty nice uptime there from Sebastian, considering his second board was so late.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
really and also he found the other boar in the north as well. So he ends up getting almost as many as Doubt. And man, if that was me, I would have lost one of those weak villagers to that boar. But he actually kills it, and he's just going to leave it. He's like, I don't need the food right now. I need the wood.
He's sending a message, bro. It's so nice that he knows Doubt's dock is there, so he can dock right next to it.
Yep.
And if he goes fires, I mean, he might go galleys to snipe the fish. Usually that's the play if, like, they're further away from you.
Yeah.
If you have a dock right here, it feels like fires might be the play, and then you loop the fire from your initial dock to the south, and you might find Doubt's second dock, where he's going to run some of his fish over to.
Yeah, that's interesting. Doubt is going fast castle, by the way. I thought he was going to click up.
Yep.
He's adapted this. What do you think about Doubt's mill? I know it's a weird thing to focus on, but he could have milled the berries and then also had 2 ostrich around. Instead, he mills 3 ostrich.
That mill is not for food collection. That mill is for market.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
He just happened to put it there because there were ostrich there. He doesn't want to walk the distance, right?
Yeah, those vills might actually go market blacksmith and then just go mine stone, honestly.
Yep. Yeah.
So, yep, I could see that. Sebastian making galleys. He's going to go 2 galleys, and then he's going to follow it up with a fire. But look at Doubt sneak away with some fish. That is really smart. Because that's just extra time that he's able to get food income to help him get to castle.
Oh, and Sebastian goes to the north with the galley from the initial dock. So I think if he had gone fire galleys, he wouldn't try and group them up, and he might find Doubt's secondary dock there. But Doubt also left some fish at that first one, right?
Smart.
So Sebastian, it might be thinking, oh, he only had 2 fish up here. I've already killed them. Now, he should know that Doubt had more fish than that,
he should.
And he should be exploring right now, which he probably will.
But you don't see that. A lot of people just simply let their fish die instead of relocating a dock like this, like Doubt has done. I really like that from Doubt. I think that 150 wood that you invest into the dock will bring you a couple hundred food at least. Well, and your opponent has to invest a lot.
Yeah, you can also go some fires from this dock, which will push away the galleys as Sebastian scouts with 1 galley, so he knows that there's another dock somewhere.
Yeah.
They'll push them away for a moment, which gets you more food. And one of the keys to the Conquistador play, Yo does it perfectly. He goes into conks or unique units, whatever civ he is, if he's playing fast castle, and he will get the war galley upgrade.
Yeah, he almost goes war galley before the conks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Doubt hasn't gone to stone yet.
Stone.
Yeah. I think he might do so.
Watch him go like missionaries or something.
I think, like, I don't know. I think conks are just too good. I think you just have to. And what you don't want to do, I get what you're saying. Like, being able to switch back on water is great. But right now, Sebastian's got your one dock going down, and Sebastian has you pinned here between two docks and knows what you're doing. So Sebastian's like water investment is probably going to work. Doubt blocking like a madman.
Doubt's screaming micro right now. He's like, micro, 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 and he can't block it.
Oh, he can't get the block down.
Oh, he's blocking the galley? Okay.
What is happening here?
Let's go, Doubt.
Dude,
Another
we got
fire galley from Sebastian.
We got archers from Sebastian, by the way.
Oh, nice job. Wow.
So if Doubt were to try and build a castle, it could be denied. Even if Doubt gets pushed off of stone, that's really good for Sebastian.
This is such a late timing to come out to stone.
Yeah.
This is so late, and those archers are going to arrive, and Sebastian even going for a spearman first to scout the way.
Yep.
So he's going to find the stone right away. He knew Doubt was in this general area, and now he sees him on stone. No mining camp. And
he's going to build a TC there.
With the archers.
Yeah, he's definitely going to TC that stone, I'm thinking.
Won't get it up, though.
Sebastian needs to make sure he doesn't attack anything here. And Doubt doesn't know the archers are coming. He didn't know, and this TC will be denied. Amazing for Sebastian. So good. How does he get the timing on all this down? Fletching isn't in yet, so Doubt could maybe run, but he's going to have to delete houses. He's still microing on water. And Sebastian, that's a free kill for him. Doubt notices now.
Oh, and his house is blocking the way, too. He has to delete
He's housed now, too.
Oh, boy. Sebastian is just here.
Look at the blocking with the spear.
Right against Spanish.
The blocking with the spear. Gets another vill. 3 villagers killed. Many of the fishing ships have gone down. And Doubt had the dream start, in my opinion, but just never went to stone. Maybe if he did, it would have been denied because of Sebastian's amazing play, though. Props to him, and props to Doubt, who has war galleys trying to contest Sebastian's fish right now.
And Doubt is pushing that stuff back on water. Sebastian's still with a lot of fire galleys.
Yeah.
Which can, especially with his economy behind, can kind of keep up with these fires. And he's still denying that TC and still denying Doubt off stone. This was just a case of Doubt, you know, focusing a little bit too much on the water and forgetting that the key is going to be the land, the conks.
And it's tricky because Yo is, as you said, the perfect example of a player who can kind of do both. You come back on water and then you get to conks, but it's just so tricky when Sebastian has this follow-up timing.
Yo's objective on water is killing fish. It felt like Doubt's objective on water here was winning water.
Yeah.
With the amount he was producing.
He did kill a bunch, as we said, that he killed 4 fishing ships and just moves along.
Castle Age on the way for Sebastian.
Doubt's going to use monks against archers here. Okay, this is the first time I could really question Doubt. What are we doing? Why no Siege Workshop against archers? What's going on? It's basically the same cost. You're up against a few archers. I feel like a Scorpion allows you to complete that TC. All Sebastian here today.
It looks a little lost today. Not lost, but a little confused.
This is the first time I could.
Is playing amazing.
Yeah, this is the first time that I could really question Doubt's decisions heavily. This game here.
Yeah.
Like losing 2 monks to 4 archers is just not something that normally should happen there, I would say. But it could be that being down 2-0, you feel like you have to take risks. I know, like, a player like Doubt's thinking, if I convert 2 of those archers, I'm fine, and then I can at least use the monks later on. And he goes, missionary!
Let's go, dude! Old man with a plan.
Doubt has more fish right now. Doubt has more TCs. Resources collected way higher for Sebastian, and Sebastian's going to be able to drop TCs everywhere once he makes it to the next stage. Archer gets converted by a missionary.
Archer.
Yeah.
Okay, so the concern now for Sebastian is that Doubt already has 3 TCs. He's killed a bunch of villagers. He's got more res collected overall, but Doubt has sniped his fish, and Doubt will continue to snipe his fish. So Sebastian now has to make a decision. Do you invest in adding eco, or do you go for the military approach? He's going to do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Second Archer range coming up, Siege Workshop coming up. And that second TC in the middle.
Doubt actually cannot see the siege workshop in the middle yet. And he's just scouting the map with a couple missionaries right now. But he has an idea of where Sebastian is because of that archer. Sebastian will need farming eco. And by the way, we haven't talked about this too much online anyways.
This demo could be huge. No, never mind.
Okay.
Yep. What's up?
I feel like players like Sebastian who are super aggressive and super micro-oriented benefit so much from the auto farm feature. Because you spend less time focusing on your eco, you just spam click, and then you're back to microing like a nerd, right? And that
Did you ever have an opinion on auto farm? I wasn't.
Nah, not really. I'm not very
public?
opinionated on it. But the more I think about it, the more I feel like it will give advantages to people who are really aggressive. So.
Okay.
But I'll think on it more, you know. I'll think on the topic a little bit more. 3 TCs for Doubt, and he's heavy on stone.
Bro. Yeah.
What'd you say?
I'm still making my video on multi-queue.
Dude, multi-queue. I was never against multi-queue, bro. I'm never against multi-queue.
I think a little, you know, arthritis is good for everybody. It could be fun, right?
Yeah. I guess you could, since one of my arguments is it takes away player control, you could argue that switching to multi-queue took away some player control.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Look at Doubt. I mean, is this what this game has become? Doubt microing a missionary with the archery converted? It's actually doing a ton of damage here. Well, Doubt also built a random stone wall with a villager he converted on the gold.
This is the dumbest fight I've ever seen.
Mangonels come in on the wood line now. So Doubt's like kind of surrounded right now, and he needs a castle, and you better build it fast because there's siege coming. But the siege is in a position where it gives Doubt an opportunity to place a castle pretty safely in between his other TCs.
I like the fact Sebastian's adding in fish behind this. So he's making the judgment call that Doubt won't keep contesting water, and Doubt's going to assume that Sebastian's not going to add fish because he's going to assume that Sebastian will assume he's going to throw a dock down and get that, if that makes sense. But in the mind game war, Sebastian is currently winning because he's adding the fish in. He's taking advantage of the water control.
Well, and he hasn't forgotten the TCs, which is this impressive thing. So he's doing both.
Doubt.
And there's the castle for Doubt. And there's the Mangonel as he misses, but... Now, I still feel like Doubt is in a position where if he makes conks, it could be really good. Like, conquistadors are the unit. Sebastian, though, micro is incredible with archers, dude. Like, feudal age archers here.
I think you've lost the timing for conks. Like, Sebastian has 11 archers. He's got 2 TC production with fish behind. If he gets ballistics for these crossbows,
yeah,
the conks aren't going to do too much.
Look at the patience from Sebastian here, too.
Yeah, really good.
Doubt just can't quite get his Mangonel into the position that he wants, and he finally gets nearby, and Sebastian's ready to fire. I don't know.
Frustrating experience there.
I don't know if Doubt can afford it, but I still think 5 conquistadors, 2 Mangonels is probably really dangerous to Sebastian right now. Sebastian doesn't have that many crossbows, and the conks can snipe any siege from Sebastian, and then the siege from Doubt could, in theory, do the rest. So I mean,
Sebastian doesn't see the castle, man. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem for him. If he knew, he'd drop a university and go ballistics right now.
Just 2 TCs for Sebastian, but 10 fishing ships. I love how, even though Doubt has defensive siege, and a lot of people might be scared of that, Sebastian's just like, I am in a position to do damage to you. I will stay here and never leave until you force me to.
Well, it's so awkward for Doubt to defend from this angle.
Yeah.
With the wood line there, with the TC here. Like, he can't walk under the TC. He's coming from the other side, and Sebastian didn't notice that Mangonel from the north. So a nice little sneaky maneuver there from Doubt. Doubt hangs on once again, and there's the conks. So Sebastian will see those. Let's see what the response is from him as he spots those conquistadors in the north and tracks after it with the crossbows.
Dude, this micro is insane. That micro is insane. He's diving underneath Mangonels like it's the easiest thing in the world. Just crazy. He's playing under different rules right now. And Sebastian, he does have outposts around, which I think is really helpful here. You don't want to be surprised by conks.
Yep.
He's got vision in most areas, but Doubt is actually going to run through right to the gold. which could be...
Sebastian's got 2 crossbows up there, so he will know.
Yeah, true. We'll lose the crossbows. We'll have to go back, though. And can't push Doubt's TC anymore. Doubt's still massing conks.
That's a good trade-off.
He killed a conk. Wow. I think maybe Doubt was a little late to reacting. I missed it.
And Ballistics coming in quick here. Sebastian has a conk on the gold. Not the biggest threat, though. They're missing half the shots, so that's fine. And Sebastian will now discover where that castle is forward. And there's a mangonel there from Doubt. But like you said, I mean, he's seemed pretty comfortable underneath the mangonel fire with his crossbows so far in this set.
One shot from Doubt with a mangonel on crossbows and then a forward castle, and this game gets flipped on its head. Doubt's Vil count is amazing. He's finding a groove.
Well, that mangonel's kind of hiding behind the castle.
Sebastian
wow. Sees it.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Did you just say row?
I don't know what I said.
You a cat?
I'm still not over the fact that there was a mangonel there. I couldn't see it. Okay, castle needs to come up for Doubt forward. Sebastian just doesn't care. This is crazy, dude.
He doesn't get hit.
Amazing confidence. Again, it's like normal rules do not apply to him right now.
He's gaming, man.
Yeah.
Sebastian is absolutely gaming right now. Beautiful micro from him. Love to see it.
I'd love to see Doubt go forward with Vils now. The crossbows are in the back of your base, Doubt. Send some of these lumberjacks that you're going to garrison anyways. Go forward with your conks and drop a forward castle. That's what Spanish need to do. Easier said than done, of course, and very risky, but Doubt is known for taking those risks and being very happy with those risks. As Sebastian again micros, and he's going to kill another mangonel with simply crossbows, and Doubt has known he's been here the whole time. Doubt just can't deal with him.
He takes no damage either.
Yeah.
Not even an HP of damage. Scorpion makes things a little bit more complicated. Sebastian's like, well, come into my office over here. All right, come into my office. We'll talk. And Doubt just follows him over there.
And Dave, he built a TC and defended from the conks elsewhere. It's not like he's forgetting about other things. It's genuinely insane.
Ooh,
and now again.
Doubt killed a crossbow.
One crossbow, though. And he's going to lose, okay, maybe 3 crossbows. He loses 2 mangonels. And Doubt wants the forward castle timing. And here he comes. And Sebastian's about to be an imp. Like, Sebastian will probably deny this castle if he's able to bring all of his army over here right now.
Oh, Doubt fans in chat. Well, they know how this one goes. Usually. We'll see if this one works out. It is Spanish villagers. The mangonel goes down, so with the conquistadors here, maybe Doubt can complete this castle still. Sebastian is an imp. He's got 1,000 food in the bank.
Yeah, and I think chemistry right away. Maybe even selling some of the wood. Sebastian's actually got big gold problems. The only gold that he can take is right next to this TC. He's not really mining a lot of it, but I think if you sell some of the wood, which he's been doing all game. I had market events turned off like an idiot. Then just buy the stone, build a castle, make trebs, and then, yeah, you just hope to defend from the conks as you treb down that castle.
Sebastian lost a few crossbows, but Doubt lost a few villagers in the process
while
that was happening. The back of his base. So Doubt still has that mangonel back there. He's still looking. We don't have bracer for the crossbows from Sebastian, so they're basically going to remain the same with the benefit of chemistry here against these mangonels, and Doubt might find a good shot. If Sebastian dodges this at the last... Are you serious?
Dude.
He saw that coming in at the last second, bro.
It's insane. He is so good. So, again, like, to my, obviously there's been some questions, at least, like, with how Doubt played the start of this game. People might easily want to question when a player loses a game. But, like, let's not overlook how insane Sebastian's playing at the moment, because it's just unbelievable. Doubt also trying to come back and kill some fish right now, by the way, which I think is important to note, because there's some fishing ships out there. Still no treb for Sebastian.
Got away with that for so long.
Yeah.
Because Doubt didn't expect him to add that many fish back in.
Yeah.
Oh my god, those conks at the back of Sebastian's base. Where did they come from?
Yeah, they looped all the way around beyond the TC. Sebastian knows about it, though. Sebastian's food eco isn't the best. Definitely needs to use that auto farm. But he will have trebs on Doubt's castle, and Doubt is forever castle age right now. If this was a bracer civilization, Doubt would be completely dead. The fact that the Malians don't get bracer maybe gives Doubt a shot, but still... Chemistry crossbows, chemistry skirms could be tricky.
Things starting to catch up to Sebastian a little bit here. He lost the crossbow army against the conks at the back of Doubt's base. He's lost a bunch of skirmishers. in the middle of his base, and I think you mentioned it correctly. Like the food eco is struggling for him, and now Doubt is going double castle conch production with the second armor upgrade with bloodlines, and he's adding in rams too. So he's really gonna force the issue here in Castle Age, and his farming eco is there, which Sebastian's isn't. So there is a window of opportunity here. Sebastian definitely isn't using auto farm, by the way, Tristan.
Yeah, it's the worst game for me to to try and make that reference. Right? He's not using it. I could name other players who are using it, but Sebastian says, I mean, you don't have to. That's the thing about the feature. That's what everyone likes to say. Dude, once he figures it out, he's going to be a maniac. But actually, you know what? There is a difference in how fast it goes up if there's lag, right? So,
yes, there is.
So Uruguay to Serbia, it may actually not be helpful if he's at 150 ping. I don't know what server they would be on. But Doubt lost one of his 2 castles, Dave. He's going to try and place another. I love how Sebastian always had a ball of crossbows to defend that cannon. There was a point where Doubt still had army in his base, and he still always had his siege protected just because Doubt could always dive in underneath the castle to snipe those traps. And here come the Rams from Doubt.
They're going for the siege. I mean, at some point, the Conks can just run right in against a non-bracer Civ. I don't know if 16 is enough to run into the castle and still snipe these.
Yeah.
As Doubt tries to micro, and he might take out that Treb, but I think he's going to lose all of the Conks in the process.
Yeah, and his Rams can't take the castle because if the Conks are gone, the Vills will be enough. Again, we're talking about a really expensive food and gold unit for Doubt against just a wood and gold unit for Sebastian, with Sebastian having the superior eco right now.
Another little army from Sebastian also looping around the right side as he adds a 4th TC.
Dude, I just feel like
they're starting to kick now.
There's some auto farms from Doubt. I mean, if I were Sebastian, I'd just be like, dude, settle down. You're already beating me. Stop it with these random armies here. It's incredible how he's able to find opportunities to still do that when he's seemingly in a position where he wins if he holds the middle right now.
If I was in Sebastian's position, I'd be looking at the last 3 games going, like, Doubt, just give up, buddy. You've been fighting on like crazy every single game, and I've had the advantage, and you've made me kill you basically every single time.
Love that castle. It's interesting to see 2 castles next to each other like that, but that castle is essentially the main protection now of the siege that will take out both of the remaining castles for Doubt. So that is the perfect decision there for Sebastian. Doubt trying to kill that bombard cannon, but at what cost? And he doesn't get it.
He can't. He doesn't get it. GG. After he doesn't get that 3-0 Sebastian, I expected many things today. This was not one of them, at least for the start.
Yeah.
This is a really strong performance by Sebastian.
Dude, think
and
about...
he's had a lead in every single game.
Yeah, every game, it's the timings, dude. Like, he killed the fish. He also found the sneak fish from Doubt, which I thought was going to be like a game-changing thing. Killed the sneak fish from Doubt. Then had the archer timing really quickly to kill the villagers. And then you're still thinking sometimes, okay, that's big investment. Because if you invest so much in the military, your eco is going to struggle. It really didn't. He recovered his eco. He added the fish. He had the TCs. His micro has been phenomenal. Sorry, not phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
That's a new word. But yeah, and Doubt's playing his game. And he just can't. It's not enough right now. And I keep saying this because more and more people are coming in. But Tato's game wasn't enough to beat Sebastian in the semifinal, where Sebastian won 4-1 yesterday. So this guy is just, it's feeling like a sweep right now with how he's playing.
It feels like when Sebastian is on, he's on. Like, he's really on.
Yeah.
He's totally gaming. It kind of reminds me of someone like Hart a little bit, where when he's playing very well, he just seems like he's hitting every single timing.
He's just so quick. He's so quick.
Exactly.
There is something that Sebastian does, which I think is really good. If you look at his military buildings throughout a game and you look at how consistently they've been producing, almost always it's a high percentage of the time. You're always looking at whatever military unit he's making, and he's got tons of units in queue. I noticed in game 1, he only had 2 ranges, but he had like 12 units in queue. And it was like 96% of the time units were producing out of those ranges. There's always more military coming. And you combine that with the micro that he has, and it's just so hard to stop the guy.
It's a good point someone made. Like the Fox players building themselves up. We might have another competitive team.
Well, team games is a whole different story, right?
It is, but still, it's good to see.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. I mean, Mihai has also really stepped it up as well. If we're talking about Fox players, I think who they have Sebastian, they have Mihai, they have Margugu. I think I'm missing. I think they have Dark actually, who Dark has also stepped it up.
Yeah,
Margugu, I think, of the names we mentioned, as much as we love him, I think is probably the worst of the four right now, just because of the level Sebastian, Mihai, and Dark have found recently.
I mean, I don't think any of those three are losing to a doorknob, theoretically. So.
True. Most Margugu story ever, man. But
oh man, this Greenland map is the scene of one of Doubt's most epic collapses. And Viper, remember that Red Bull tournament?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Greenland
the games
involved?
That were like 11 minutes. It was just horrible.
No, like 3 minutes, dude.
Oh, true, because it was Empire Wars. Yeah. I was factoring in the 3 minutes after Feudal Age, forgetting that they started in Feudal Age. Yeah.
This map is the sole reason why I think we gave Viper a 7 out of 10 on strategy for Red Bull.
No, honestly, listen.
Like the main contributor, honestly.
I don't want to bring it back up, but the 7 out of 10 was because of a couple other strats too. Let's be honest. He had some weird ones, like I think Koreans on a Calamity or something. It was old Koreans, I forget. But
the 5TC boom against Valessa?
Yeah. There was some. The 7 out of 10 thing's so great. I'm so happy Viper won that tournament after the 7 out of 10.
Same.
The storyline was great. Even though I don't know how much your say was, but I remember Neely coming up to me and showing me the sheet, and it had 7 out of 10 for Viper strategy.
Well, that was me. No, that was me. That was all. Neely
came to me with the sheet,
and we must have, because like Neely came to me with the sheet and it said 9 out of 10, and I'm like, how can you possibly give Viper 9 out of 10 on strategy if we're talking about Empire Wars? And we're talking about Empire Wars. I was only considering Empire Wars.
Yeah, of course.
And looking at his past performances,
dude.
And the weakness was the strategy. And I'm like, we have to bump it down. Like, he can't be up there with the top guys in terms of strategy.
I can't believe we've ever talked about this. So Nilly came to you and it was 9 out of 10 for Viper strategy, right?
Yeah.
Nilly came to me and it was 8 out of 10 for strategy, and I said it needed to get bumped down. And then it got changed to 7 out of 10. I remember it was in pencil. Did he erase it? We got to call Nilly right now and see if he remembers this.
I think he did, because I remember this process, and it went down, dude.
All right. Well, there we go.
Mean, at the end of I was thinking about this like 2 days ago, actually. I was thinking like, I know people were really upset about it at the time.
They were,
especially Viper fanboys. They were really mad about it. I think it was justified for what happened.
Agreed.
But it's so great that it turned into a meme.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, like the last thing we wanted was for us to be like, see, but there were just some questionable ones, and Viper proved us wrong in one of the best of ways. It was a great time. So, anyways, Sebastian's Huns here, really aggressive, open civilization, and he's gonna bring in some boars. He just brought a boar from the ice. I don't know if that's standard.
Yeah.
But they're gonna both want the villagers on shorefish here. And I don't know, maybe there's some differences in how this is prioritized, because a lot of my experience on this map has been Empire Wars. The main change
Romans here a lot, dude.
Yeah, I like Romans too.
I wonder how their 5%. Does math work this way? Does it scale better with the faster food collection resources?
It should be 5% faster of what's already working.
Does math work this way? I've only had 1 cup of coffee.
Dude, I wasn't going to call you out for the phrasing, because that's
It's so funny.
Yeah.
When you realize you're saying something stupid, but you just got to commit,
I think... What do you think about a Vil rush here? Like right now, you pull Vils to just fight the other guy off the fish instead of waiting for man-at-arms.
No. This is how Doubt got in trouble earlier in the Red Bull tournament long ago.
Yeah.
It's Vil fighting outrageously. There's plenty of room. You got tons of stuff to share here. It's a barracks there from Doubt. Sebastian doesn't have anything yet. He's thinking about going up to Feudal Age. And one thing with the Romans here is if you get that infantry armor, you can just keep spamming spears, it feels like.
Yeah.
like spears towers and then just keep taking the fish, you should have a really healthy eco.
And in crunch time, if you're getting attacked, you oftentimes want to build houses. So it's a bonus that you don't have to, but in situations where you need to be defensive against man-at-arms, you might want them. But Sebastian knows, dude. He sees the barracks. He's up against Dowd. He's picked Romans. He knows it's going to be man-at-arms. I think he'll just prep some palisades. The question then is, what military does he go for? And it seems like archers is the plan with the villager headed over to gold.
3 walls here from Sebastian.
Yep.
So he is expecting the men-at-arms to come over here.
Okay, so I understand. Sebastian plays the game by different rules, right? A lot of pros do this. But it's still, I think because of my own experiences, stresses me out when they don't build them more than just like 10%.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, like a couple of these are like 2 hits away.
Yeah, because they think that they probably do have the speed, which is infuriating, but they think that, when needed, they could click them again. For me, dude, I'm just pre-building all that crap. I don't want that stress.
I think this is something that Doubt would do. Like, Doubt would pre-build all
He would pre-build all of them, yes.
Because he doesn't want to bother with it. But
like
Sebastian's more of that 360 no-scope type guy. He's going to make the quick wall at the end of the day, and he believes in himself to make the quick wall.
Yeah.
And I like that energy. It's a completely different energy than Doubt.
Yep.
Right? And so far it's worked in this set, and Doubt's unable to get in, but at the same time, Sebastian's got 7 women trying to take that shorefish.
Sebastian needs a tower. Sebastian sees the vills. He needs to tower this. He goes for the tower. And Doubt was trying to break through. Now Doubt sees the tower, stops building his tower, and so Sebastian says, I will also stop building my tower.
Yeah.
And he's going to build a tower there.
Is Doubt going for a blacksmith?
I could see it.
Not yet. He's got a lot of wood. I would love to see a blacksmith here. And you just get that upgrade. Keep sending villagers out to the middle. It's actually an archery range first.
Wow. Those quick walls from Sebastian. I mean, this would be interesting because if the walls... Okay, Sebastian's screwed. Sebastian's screwed.
Done.
Yeah. Doubt's going to be able... Doubt should be in an amazing position now. Even if he doesn't kill Vills right now, Doubt has very fast food income with the villagers on shorefish that Sebastian does not have. You knew Sebastian was expecting this, but it's going to be really tricky to get himself out of this one right now. He's got to hop in and out of the tower, fighting back man-at-arms.
So far. Great micro so far. Sebastian has been keeping up with this, but at some point, the setup is just too good for Doubt.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he lost that villager because he couldn't manage it all. And now he's going to have to retreat with these. And these builds are weak. Doubt's got a range. He's got maybe some archers coming out soon to snipe the weak vills.
Sebastian
and he's got all the access to the fish.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Sebastian needs access to the fish, so I think he honestly may Vill rush down that tower from Doubt really quickly here. And the way to do it is archers inside the tower, villagers underneath the tower. Is Sebastian going to hold this?
I don't know why Doubt didn't commit harder there.
Yeah.
To that tower.
I think maybe just so much respect for his opponent here, right? Because of how the games have gone. But Doubt's got to be careful here. So does Sebastian, though. Sebastian's archer's coming close to his tower. He's repairing his tower. He's attacking Doubt's tower. Doubt's villagers are exposed. Don't tell me this is going to be a recovery for Sebastian here.
Nice snipe there from Sebastian on the villager.
Oh my God.
Sebastian has played this so well. Doubt maybe not committing hard enough, but Doubt has the men-at-arms over here now. So villagers will start to die for Sebastian, and the tower is still alive for Doubt. The tower for Sebastian is dead. So it's going to be like a full reset over here, Tristan.
And it looked like Sebastian had a chance, but now this turns into 5-1 eco KD for Doubt. Probably 6-1 because there's a villager still there. And again, on this map, you're pretty much just banking on the shorefish. There's not a lot of pros and cons on this map. It is just shorefish or bust. And we could see Sebastian try and farm, but there's no berries. And yeah, he's not going to have food production. He's not going to have food income for anything right now.
Yeah. Here come the archers. From Doubt, fletching is on the way. Fletching's still not in for Sebastian as he goes for double range production.
Yeah.
0 on food.
Yeah, it never will.
Right?
It never will be, dude. He's never gonna be able to get fletching at this point because he can't even produce vills.
He's got to send vills out to the shorefish, but Doubt's got full control. Way more vills. Like, Doubt could just engage against all of this with his own villagers at this point.
If
keep
Doubt
Sebastian away.
If Doubt just has skirms, he should be okay. But Sebastian's thinking that this is his way back into the game. He did just get enough stone for a tower, so he could place another tower.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And
yeah,
the GG salt.
He goes out there and he sees like the factory of fish that Doubt has, and he's like, "Oh, this is over." GG. All right, so Doubt gets one.
Doubt gets
Quick
one.
game.
It was a good game. Good approach from Doubt. He definitely he picked Romans for this, right? Good strategy. I think Sebastian expected it, but the wall not being down, funnily enough, like not fully building the palisade walls hurt him badly in the tower war. But you know, aside from that, as Doubt gets a one on the board, I just want to say, I don't really like this map.
Greenland? No.
Yeah,
it's
like
never been
if
great.
there was fish and you could also dock and have like that aspect combined with this shorefish in the middle, I'd like it a bit
Well, there
more. But it
used to
feels like
be.
you have to take the shorefish. You have to.
Well, the old Greenland had deep fish you could take,
yeah, I guess I just
and you
haven't
dock
seen
there,
it
and then
in
you
so
just go over the ice, right? But I mean, it was the same. It was the same thing. Some people would make galleys, and everyone would be out here shore fishing regardless. It's just the maps where it really focuses early on that singular resource. They tend to be crazy in some aspects, but don't really produce great games.
Yeah. Well, you know, and it's just, again, if it had a little bit elsewhere, then it's like, okay, this guy's got the shorefish, that guy's got the fish boom. You know, there's that other aspect, but we move on.
It was a good almost hold from Sebastian, though.
Yeah, dude, I thought
good
when
job.
he started attacking Doubt's tower that he was still going to have a tower remaining, and Doubt was going to have no tower, which maybe he misjudged it. We'd have to rewatch, but finally Doubt gets a win on the board. Let's go. Reverse sweep incoming, maybe.
Unfortunate for him that all of his home maps are gone now.
Oh, true.
Sebastian's turn. Yeah, it's Sebastian's turn to cook. I mean, Doubt knows all the maps that Sebastian picked, but still, advantage for Sebastian for sure.
Game 5. And if you just got here, you're probably like, huh? But the first 3 games were all Sebastian. Doubt recovered with a quick one. Game 4. And yeah, Koreans, Armenians on Northern Isles, and Sebastian actually using the transport you start with to scout Doubt's shoreline and stole 2 pigs.
It's a good strat, man. Like you got to go forward early enough before he finds them, and then you load the pigs up and you take them home.
That's funny.
It's nice, and he might find some on the backside too, because I don't know how long it's going to take Doubt to go take those 2 pigs at the back. So Sebastian might be able to snipe 4 potentially if he gets around there fast enough. Doubt's trying to do the same thing, but the only pig at the back of Sebastian's base is the big pig.
Yeah, and you can't get the big pig into the transport.
What
What if you could like attack a boar, so it's chasing you, and then hop into the transport with the Vil, and then the boar followed?
Or like, and then your Vil is constantly losing HP on the
transport. I forgot about that. I guess they're not just going to be friendly inside of there. You've then trapped your villager.
No, we need a cage or something.
No. Like, you need a monk. You need a monk in there so the monk can out-heal the boar damage. Yep.
I don't think it's going to be worth it.
If the devs get... I mean, thankfully, we've got... the game's doing well.
He might find another pig. He might find Doubt's scouting pig, and then he might find these 2 pigs. Can he see that? No. Oh, he unloaded.
Did he get out to try and, like, get the other pigs?
His own pigs?
I don't think he can get close enough.
He wanted his pigs to tell Doubt's pigs how nice it is in his transport. Can he take the...
He got them! Are you kidding me? What in the world? The pig heist from Sebastian. I mean, talk about getting every single edge you can. Doubt knew they were there, by the way. So Doubt's looking right now, and he's like, where did they go? Did he bring a villager? Did he bring a scout?
Absolutely beautiful.
That's crazy, man. Like, it's one thing to get 2. You get 2 usually, though, and you're like, okay, all right, we're done. But I guess because Sebastian has the speed, he pushes in his deer, and he steals 4 pigs. And actually passes Doubt's transport as well. Doubt might have even noticed that.
Doubt's on the chase. He's on the hunt now. Give me my pigs. Come back here.
Doubt.
If Sebastian unloads and then leaves with the transport, Doubt might be able to stealthily like take back the pigs.
Yeah, it's true.
He's going the wrong direction though.
Yeah, Sebastian's not finished, dude. Sebastian's like, if I got 4, he's like, I got room for 1 more in here, all right? Sees the dock there from
I got
Doubt.
1 more in me.
Yeah, and I think he will take the pigs home. The main reason you should be scouting with your transport right now is not for pigs, but it's for dock positions.
Dock position.
So that's why Dowd is actually scouting here, and he'll assume that Sebastian has side or back docked because of this.
Oh, Sebastian brings the scout over just to make sure the pigs aren't taken.
I love the fact that Dowd saw that, right?
Because look at how many pigs he's going to have, bro. That's 10 pigs.
He was probably a little confused for a second there. And now he just saw those pigs that should be his going underneath Sebastian's TC. That's so sick.
So, Civ matchup here. Early on, Armenians are favored. But as we get later, especially in the Imp,
Deadville.
Koreans...
Deadville. This could be a Deadville, and then the scout just runs right back into the transport ship. Dowd's getting loom, though.
She's fine.
Dude, that's such a nerdy move. Sebastian looking for every edge he can get. Sorry, continue. My bad.
I was going to say, Armenians are better early if you don't get 4 of your pigs stolen. But late game, Koreans, the towers, pretty brutal, right? Like, if you get the towers set up on the edges, along these little corridors, or in the middle maybe, can be really, really tough to do anything against that. I think the last time I saw it actually was a few days ago. It was Barrels against somebody, and this person had, I can't remember who it was, but they had like 5 Korean towers set up on the edge, and I thought it was a sure lock, and then they didn't get heated shot. It was Winchester. It was Winchester.
Okay.
So Barrels just sat under them. And Winchester refused to get heated shot for some reason. It was a really, really weird scenario.
Well, I think Sebastian already researched that in the Shoals game. So he definitely knows about that tech and will prioritize it. You know, another aspect of the towers I think that's really strong is... Because the expectation here is players are both going to have some semblance of water control, but those transports are still out there. And I think if you can get a couple vills on Doubt's Island and just start dropping towers, particularly on this one area where all the gold is, which he doesn't know, that can be tough. So suddenly you're trying to boom and fight on water in Castle H as Armenians, but then you have guard towers denying golds and stones, and it just really changes the game. So that is where I feel like those towers are really strong here.
Do you think there's a follow-up landing from either of these players? Or are we just going to see water contests initially?
Well, I genuinely was avoid trying to say this word, but I think it depends on what happens. I think they'll adapt. I'm a little surprised that Sebastian's gone fires from the back dock here, because that back dock normally indicates you have a little bit more time, and that time could be good for galleys, but fires are easier to control in messy games, and it's going to be messy, apparently, because he's going for the barracks now.
He goes for the barracks. Stout, I don't believe saw that. Yeah, he didn't see it.
Did you see the name of the map next to the minimap, by the way? It's not Northern Isles, it's Northern Lizzles.
Lyle.
Is that Lyle?
Well, Lizzles sounds like you've had too much to drink, dude. It's only 12:30.
Dude, I wish, man. Don't tempt me, man. Yeah, I just noticed that. That's a very unimportant thing to point out here. As Sebastian sees Doubt Scout, weakens it, hops into the transport, runs away. Did Doubt see the range, though? Doubt did not see the range or the barracks
Doubt
yet.
didn't see anything. Yeah, he didn't see anything. So now it's still kind of a question mark for him, right? He saw the back docks. The timing for Sebastian implies that he wasn't going FC. And he hasn't seen any land production buildings. So it's kind of just a weird position here for Doubt. Doubt's going to have to do a lot of scouting. Well, he's actually heading back with his transport ship to maybe pick up a scout again.
For the time being, Armenian galleys just wreck, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're just the better galleys. And galleys, when you've had the time to mass them against fires, are super good. But where this becomes different is if the archers can sneak over to Doubt's base and hit him, because then Doubt is distracted. But because he's not distracted yet, amazing spot for him. You can already see how good his micro is here after fletching too. So Sebastian needs to make a move here. Still, though, it's going to take time to get the archers. It's still baffled. Doubt didn't scout the front of his base, dude. Doubt needs to find out about that.
Resources look a lot better for Doubt, but part of that is because Sebastian's actually investing in land military, right?
Yeah.
And he's going for the dock now at the front. Transport ship is waiting there for the archers to load up. Koreans get that automatic armor, which can be really, really solid, especially against villagers.
How is Doubt
on the way?
Like, okay, so earlier in the scout engagements, right? Doubt has had the stronger scout too, so there should be no hesitation with the scout, in my opinion, here.
I don't know why he's hanging out over there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the answer is he's busy. I think that's the answer, but also when we're talking about Doubt, he is normally quite good at noticing these things, but he kills the fish. It's just, if you kill fish and then lose a lot of villagers, it could be awkward, especially because the fish could be a problem too, dude. We're going to have a full collapse from Sebastian, who gives up his own fish to send some fires in towards Doubtfish in the middle.
There are still 4 galleys over there from Doubt, though.
That's true. Yep.
He's got a navy. He might be distracted. Sebastian,
he just sold the stone.
If he times this correctly, it's going to be perfect. So Doubt's getting attacked over there, and the archers show up at the gold at the exact same moment. Great play from Sebastian as Doubt runs away, notices that, but loses 2 vills. Sells his stone, like you said, so he can't go for a tower. And he's on the way to Castle Age, but there's no immediate defense mechanism on the land.
And there's no gold available for Doubt at the moment. So he's on the way to Castle Age, and he cannot take gold because the archers are here. And
he's got a market.
He does have a market. And he is still keeping his fish alive, so Doubt is absolutely still in this game. But beautiful job from Sebastian here. Just switching it up, right? The archer play, which he's done amazing with this series. Working out for him. And Doubt leaving a villager there on the dock. That's going to be found. Sebastian can pass through there with the archers.
The galleys can help out. The galleys can help out. She might survive. She's dead.
She's dead, yeah. I think Doubt needs to sell enough where he could buy... Actually, no. Sell enough where you could just make 1 night and you probably clear up the archers, honestly.
Yep.
And then you maybe go back over to that gold. It's really nice that you have a mule cart sieve here. So you can... wheel that bad boy around. But still not nice that he's, been under so much pressure on land at the moment.
The end of the day, resources collected, still fairly even. Sebastian just now clicks up to Castle Age, so Doubt about 1.5 minutes ahead of Sebastian. And, it's a fairly even position, if you were to ask me. Sebastian got the little momentum boost from the land. Doubt still has the fish. Sebastian building up navy once again.
Yeah.
So he's going to try and push that back, and he's still annoying Doubt with these archers.
Doubt choosing to... Well, I think he's going to choose to use the scouts over at his opponent's base. Sebastian...
And he's hiding them.
Sees the scouts. Also sees the galleys. And I think this is wise. Like, just move back over to the gold. Keep Doubt off that gold as long as possible.
But Doubt could just go for a fortified church near the gold.
Korean villager line of sight could be really helpful here for Sebastian to give him an extra second to think about a quick wall.
Yep.
But I mean, this would still be really impressive. These is going to be armored scouts with forging. This should be amazing for Doubt. Yep. Actually, could be worse for Sebastian. Losing that villager gives you time to react. He is still micring on the back.
He doesn't realize he's busy against the knight.
Uh-oh.
And we're seeing a rare slip up here. He's been so good all game managing these multiple groups of units.
Yeah.
But he's not realized yet.
Oh, man.
He's killed his 2nd villager. Sebastian just now seeing it, but the armor is in for the scouts.
Yeah, and forging. So villagers are going to die here. Remember, the barracks has been over here, so Doubt's sneaky scouts paying off big time, and suddenly... It was looking like Sebastian was going to sweep this game. Now Doubt's got a lead here in game 5. Playing pretty solid. Has the fish boom. We'll see. Sebastian's not going to give up yet, but he's going to lose another villager there. Crazy play from Doubt. Well played.
More galley research on the way for Sebastian. He's kept all of these inside the docks, so Doubt has no idea about these numbers. This will have some shock value coming forward as Doubt heals up the knight that was a little bit weak. Sebastian doing a good job with his archers to pull him back to that fire galley at all times.
Yeah, and that's what he was doing before. Unfortunately for him, he was just too busy there and lost the vills.
Nice job from Doubt though. Saves another knight. And Sebastian comes over at the transport ship to try and block in the knight or save the archer.
Dude, look at the amount of fire Sebastian just ejected from his back docks.
I know, it's crazy. It's got an armada.
It's very likely then that Doubt will lose water, which is good for Sebastian because that gives Sebastian time to recover. He needs time to drop the farms, get his eco rolling, and Doubt has had fishing ships for far too long here. So, but oh man, if Doubt just uses this time though to get 2 knights over to Sebastian's base, that changes things because that'll be much harder to stop than the scouts were.
I think he doesn't it. I don't know. He's got 3 TCs soon. Unless those knights show up right now on the gold area, I don't know what value Doubt's gonna really find with those.
Yeah.
And here come the fires as Doubt gets War Galley.
Yeah, Sebastian distracted because he's looking there. The knights will kill some vills. Fishing ships will obviously go down. Doubt might make some demos. Sebastian's still not noticing the knights, Dave. The knights hitting at the perfect time, I think, because it's right when everything else is happening, and that's so critical for Doubt now. And Doubt should know that as well.
Yeah, like as Doubt is now surrounded with the galleys, trying to use the transport ship to block, and he uses it to weasel his way out of that situation. Well played there from Doubt. Sebastian's still taking this out, though. This feels like the type of damage with those knights that Doubt just wasn't getting those first 3 games.
Yeah, agreed.
Sebastian was all over it, right? And now Doubt finds himself in a position where he can kill those vills with the scouts and the knights. He's lost his fish, so it's still a pretty good position for Sebastian, but look at the vill count. 47 to 39.
So I think what we've seen from Sebastian today is if he can get ahead, he can stay ahead no problem. It was amazing from him. That was the theme the first 3 games. But in this game, Doubt had the timings. And Doubt faster to Castle Age. And, maybe it'll just be one of those sets where, Doubt is going to show that he's also not going to be broken in these instances as he goes for TC number 4. I mean, this is Doubt recognizing that he can't really compete on water right now, so he needs to prep for the Imperial Age battles. But man, I would love to see, this feels like the perfect opportunity if you're taking Doubt off of water to transport 5 vills and start building guard towers near where the shoreline is, and Doubt has that gold there.
I'd love to, I mean, it's going to be tough for Doubt without villagers on Sebastian's side as Sebastian goes and grabs that relic in the middle first.
Ooh,
that's nice touch. And he grabs another one from his own island. I would have loved to seen Doubt, when he sent those scouts over, send a few vills and make a few fortified churches.
Yeah, make buildings
on Sebastian's island.
Even just 1 vill to make outposts, I actually would love. But obviously so much focus here economically.
Oh, great demo. Holy.
Oh, there was
a lot of ships.
Yeah, there was 6 or 7 fires there. And Doubt also using the occasional monk on the shoreline to make sure that he doesn't fully lose control of water. You just don't want your opponent to overwhelm you there, and you also don't want them to fish boom, which Sebastian isn't doing, but still.
Sebastian is going forward somewhere with the villagers, so I'm wondering if they're going to the middle island or if they're going to Doubt's island. Has to be careful because there is a demo there from Doubt, and there's also that's a high value transport ship, so he's forced to go to the middle basically.
Doubt's like, what is he going to steal my sheep again? What is this? And the monks hop out and can convert the ships. Yeah, I think at this point towers in the middle actually make sense to me.
Oh, he did enough damage where that transport dies to this demo, I think.
No. I think it does. I actually don't know, but I think it would do more like 70 damage. Okay. 70 HP of damage. Could someone check for us? That would actually be really fun.
It's 110 attack on the demo, so I don't like...
Is there armor involved? Because I know a demo doesn't one-shot a transport.
I know it doesn't.
So I don't know how that works. If it's 110 damage and it's 100 HP on the transport, I don't know how it's not killing it. There must be some resistance damage.
I have no idea how that works, bro. Yeah.
Convert a demo, kill a demo? Oh!
It was enough to kill it, dude.
Okay.
I told you.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind. I guess maybe I'm thinking of feudal age. Tower's going up, though, and this is what we talked about. This will get really annoying for Doubt. Especially if Bodcanero comes in for Sebastian.
He's buying stone. So he's going to go for a castle right there.
I like that. Uh-oh.
This knight will get converted.
Nice delete there. Probably smart. And honestly, love the decision from Doubt. Just put a stop to this. You're going to need a castle anyways. You want to focus on the water game. You're ahead economically. Protect that eco. And there you go. So, Doubt. Looking really good. He's collected way more resources. I think if he can get the Thalassocracy fleet upgrade, which of course is unlocked out of the castle, get to Imp a bit faster, it could be really tough for Sebastian to come back in this one.
One thing I love about Sebastian's position here is that he's actually started farming behind. So often on this map, you see people fall behind in the food eco because they're only going wood gold units, right? And then they can't make those transitions later.
Yep.
And then they're forced to invest in all that food eco. But Sebastian's got a really solid food economy behind. You look at his resources, extremely balanced. His Doubt pushes out to try and stop this guard tower.
It's kind of funny.
Scenario.
They both converted a Vil there, but then Doubt couldn't convert the Vil that was walled in, but now Doubt's brought composite bowmen, so yeah, that tower will be denied.
She's dead.
But I mean, that's still a lot of idle time for Doubt. This is still a positive for me. What Sebastian has done here has really helped him. Yeah.
38 farms, bro. That's really, really nice. With handcart as well.
He got handcart really early in other games, I'm noticing. Yeah, I definitely think that's an upgrade that, I mean, Doubt doesn't even have wheelbarrow, right? I think it's an upgrade. If everyone could think about it, they'd be getting wheelbarrow and handcart much earlier, but you're just so focused on the gameplay and producing bills that oftentimes it gets delayed. I'm always really delayed. There are some other pros. We did have a stat for Hidden Cup. I was going to make a video on that. Like Tato, for example, is like, he delays wheelbarrow and handcart way more than any other big name for whatever reason.
Well, I feel like wheelbarrow, sometimes you delay it just because it takes so much time.
Yeah,
but handcart's a really fast technology. Like, if you get wheelbarrow, you should be getting handcart relatively soon. If you have the food eco, that is. Imperial Age on the way for both. I mean, with this food economy, Sebastian, it feels like he's going to be able to afford all the techs he needs when he gets to Imperial Age. Doubt has a decent food eco of his own, but is going to be more focused on the production leading up to Imp.
So, this is very unrelated, but also very related at the same time. I was going to go take a piss in between the previous game and this one, but they started right away. But I was like, it might be fast. Not only is this not going to be a short game, but it's a water map.
Yep.
It's all I'm looking at. So, yes, this is I'm doing fine over here, Dave. But what do Koreans make beyond fires here? They go galleons? Galleons?
They
fires?
go galleons, keeps, and they go cannon galleons as well.
Maybe an occasional turtle, but I don't think so. That's usually
I don't think turtles
not
are
justifiable.
Good here, especially against the Thalassocracy fleet demos.
Yeah.
I think demos are a good option against them. I don't think that's great. I love the fact that Doubt has built that castle back on the island.
Agreed.
The amount of times, bro, that I've seen someone land and go for a castle forward, and you just know what's going to happen to it. It just gets trebbed from the other side of the island. It's such a waste.
Yeah, we've learned, dude. We've seen it too many times. The other one is hideout, where someone makes a castle on the other side of the hideout, and then it just gets trebbed over the trees. Yeah. That's really smart from Doubt. And he's going to have the golden stone in the middle. And he's going to be up against Navy from Sebastian. Sebastian is getting shipwright, which you absolutely should prioritize in a long-term water war. We've seen many games on this map, actually, many of them at NAC, where we come back to it at the end of the game and just say, well, that guy didn't get shipwright, you know? So...
he's got villagers building a tower in the center. Doubt should be able to deal with this. God, look at the upgrades. Look at the eco upgrades, the distribution of the vills. Like everything is just so solid.
Doubt has to be really careful. This is going to be before Galleon. Look at the fires coming in from both sides. Sebastian swooping in for a surround, and Doubt doesn't know where to go here.
There's nowhere to go. If Sebastian moves these fires right now, he can block them off completely. I mean, he's still going to get high value engagement as Doubt now goes into the heavy demo technology, and surprisingly Doubt actually manages to escape with something.
Yeah, something
from that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it could have been worse, right? But Sebastian's done a great job to stay alive despite being behind economically this game. He has absolutely been behind ever since Doubt got those kills with the Knights and the Scouts. Heavy demo not in yet. It will be soon, and the blast radius on the Thalassocracy fleet demos is something you just cannot look away from, man.
And it got nerfed too.
Yeah, it got nerfed from a very strong position.
Yeah.
So I think it's still pretty insane, but I guess balance-wise, Armenians do kind of struggle in some ways in late game, if not on water. So maybe I think the devs are really happy with them being an insane water sieve. They definitely want them up there.
Yeah. There's handcart for Doubt. So all the eco upgrades coming in for him. Heavy plow is a big one on a map where you might be running out of wood, so maybe he needs to get that. Sebastian's had that for a while.
Doubt
Other than
is really... I'm actually quite concerned that Doubt doesn't have more units in queue right now. I guess Sebastian doesn't have that many units in queue, but he does have the Galleon lead, which is what I'm noticing.
Yeah, and
no
Doubt
ballistics,
has access to Dromans. Oh, demo. Demo parade.
Yeah, man, you've got to be real careful here if you're Sebastian, but at the same time, if you have an opportunity, you have to push, and the demos land, and yeah, fires just aren't an option anymore. Just do not make a single fire ship. It's got to be all Galleon and just out-Galleoning the opponent here. Maybe the occasional trap, maybe a transport to sneak some towers up, but like, Doubt's castles protect his golds pretty well. He's got the golden stone in the middle protected by a castle too, so I think you need more Galleons than your opponent. And then if you take better engagements there, you add cannon Galleons to push the fortifications.
You should be sponsored by like an adult diaper company.
What, for the defense?
And this is where you could, yeah, no, this is where you could plug it. Like, we're 40 minutes into this water.
Oh, because I have to pee
2 hours ago.
Well, I mean, my retirement plan is to get sponsored by Depends Diapers. When our audience needs adult diapers, then I'm pretty sure we could maybe get a promo code working, you know?
Yeah.
That's, I think we're a ways away from
the
that.
real P90.
You actually,
Romans.
screw you for reminding me I had to pee. I actually forgot. Now it's just back in my mind.
Wait, I'll get some running water.
Don't you dare take your Bluetooth headset to the sink, you know? Well, Doubt's got 30 Galleons against 46 from Sebastian. That's a concern for Doubt. He does fire that extra arrow as the Armenians. He does have the Dromans in the mix as well.
Yeah, Sebastian's trying to tower Doubt's side, but he lost the stone from that tower. As Sebastian is trying to hold this position, Dromans are going to make this very, very difficult for him.
True, but there's only one. Like, that's a really bad fight for Doubt, and sometimes it's just hard to judge fights when you can't group up your opponent's units. Yeah, that's
now
true.
There's 5. This is going to be an issue.
5 in the occasional demo, right? Towers would be nice with heated shot, which was researched by Sebastian. Doubt holding the superior eco and position. If he doesn't fall apart over the next 5 to 10 minutes, I think we have a 3-2 situation.
Yep.
And suddenly we have ourselves a final.
These Dromans are doing so much damage, dude. They're just doing so much splash damage. Sebastian almost needs like cannon Galleons. Look at the Dromans have dealt 1,700 damage, and I don't think they've really attacked any buildings at all.
Yeah, they haven't killed much, but you're right. It's just the basically assists. And so how are you supposed to engage against that? Right? Sebastian's finding it very difficult.
He needs cannon Galleons
to know what to do.
He needs cannon Galleons in tower position.
But the thing is, Dromans are so superior to cannon Galleons. It's not even close, right? Because Dromans have more shots and a greater blast radius. I don't know the cost difference, but yeah, I guess in theory, elite cannon galleon. They did make the change where now cannon galleons can be used against ships, but
dude,
Dromans just feel the way.
Look at Doubt's resources.
Yeah,
he's sticking into infantry just because he can.
just in case. I don't think he's going to drop many barracks.
How many mule carts? I've got it loaded up. How many do you think Doubt has? Just without checking.
13.
17.
Ooh, okay.
It's cooking.
Doubt's got 30 ships in queue as well, by the way. He's pretty much pop capped. So there's no question that he's going to have more units coming.
Oh, Sebastian is doing everything he can to not get hit by this. My man is gaming here with the splits and the positioning, and he's trying to dodge, and it's just,
dude. It's just
not happening.
It feels impossible. It really does. Yeah. And Armenians was the #1 pick from Doubt. Armenians have been banned a lot on water maps. Armenians are just seen as insane on water. But I think it's even stronger here because of the choke points. Like, the choke points help the Dromans out so much.
And also, like, that trip that Doubt made to clear up the tower is now going to clear up all these other towers.
Yeah.
And the docks. He's also made a castle in the north where Sebastian tried to land. And one treb up there, which he's making right now, should be able to clear all of this stuff. So, Doubt is in a phenomenal position, has the access to the golden stone in the middle, has one more relic because of Armenians, and has the better units. And now
this is over. This is over. There's actually nothing you can do. Sebastian cannot do anything against this composition, dude.
You needed to get towers on Doubt's Island early.
Yeah, and he tried, and Doubt did drop that castle. You know, the thing is, Dromans destroy buildings very quickly, too, so you're dropping more towers now doesn't help you, as strong as the Korean towers are.
Oh my god, these things, dude. They've dealt 14,000 damage.
Dromans are ridiculous, and only a few civs get them. Right? Yep. It's not like something every civ has access to, like a cannon galleon, which most civs have.
Also, the Armenians get extra range on them, so...
And the Armenians chop wood and mine gold faster, and they get the extra relic. Like, Armenians are just really strong on water maps. And I think Sebastian, I mean, he was feeling great after he was up 3-0. Now, maybe you start to shake and worry a little bit. I don't know what the maps are remaining. I think they are his home maps, so in theory, he still should have the edge, but Doubt's going to gain a lot of confidence from this game and the previous one.
I mean, the theme today is that people are losing on their home maps, right? So
that's true, yeah.
Maybe that's where we're going now.
So Sebastian's win condition is the 2 towers in the north and the bombard cannon play.
He's doing to Doubt what Doubt did to him in the first 3 games. He's like, all right, man, come and kill me.
Hey, the mule cart died to the keep. Let's go. He's got 2 towers there. He has a castle in a position to protect that. I mean, this is just why Doubt had prepped the infantry upgrades before, right? Just in case he needed something on land.
Oh, these ships are just getting farmed from Sebastian.
Yeah, this is so
literally
brutal.
Getting farmed. 69 kills on that navy.
Doubt just needs to bring his Dromans and his galleons over here to deal with this, and this will not be a non-factor. But maybe Doubt will lose this castle. There is that for Sebastian, and that's something to hope, to instill a little bit more hope.
Maybe Doubt runs out of wood. I mean, the wood is running low. Maybe
he has.
I don't know.
He has 1,100 wood in the bank, and he has 66 ships in queue and 2 trebs. So I think if he were to unqueue his ships right now, he'd probably have like well over 5,000 wood. Math is hard, but something like that.
Oh, Droman's dying to the keeps as they path through the other way.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to get those back under control. Sebastian's castle was within range of that tread from the center.
Yeah.
Really unfortunate for him. And there we go. Ferreters coming in. The champion upgrade as well.
And once that castle goes down, Sebastian will lose everything here, so he needs to fortify up. He's bringing villagers across. He sees the 2-handed swordsman. He'll drop more towers. Champions are not very good against the towers. But the problem is you can't build towers where Dromans don't range them right now, so it's going to be really tricky for the towers to really give you that much success.
And Sebastian's like picking away at Doubt's eco. Like he's killing vills on all sides with the galleons. At the back, over there in the south as well.
Yep.
But this main navy from Doubt just feels like it cannot be stopped.
Yeah. And the more villagers you kill, the more navy Doubt will get. And it does feel like mainly navy is all Doubt's really going to end up needing here. He takes the trebs from Sebastian. He'll take the tower from Sebastian. And Sebastian putting up a fight. His population's up to 180 now. But redocking gets really expensive here. So if you lose your docks as well, you're not coming back on water. Yeah. I mean, already he's going to struggle. But docks are pretty pricey at this point.
I mean, as soon as Doubt gets anything over with a transport ship to Sebastian's Island, where it's not protected by keeps, Sebastian's cooked, right? Like, fortified churches, barracks, whatever it may be.
Yeah, bombard cannons for Sebastian. We're trying to make progress. The champions with that crazy HP are there. Doubt knows his stuff. Still making progress. And now attacking the southern area of Sebastian's Island, where Sebastian has to bake a tower. They're both kind of running low on wood right now, so it's become that game. Yes, having the keeps to protect the wood line is really valuable here. And he did just research heated shot.
I mean, Doubt's got 2k wood in the bank and still has 13 Dromans in the queue.
Yeah.
40 galleons. Like, oh boy.
Yeah, I think it just comes back to Sebastian needing a little bit more land presence to prevent Doubt from getting the eco. What Doubt did in Castle Age was amazing because it was low investment to kill quite a few vills. 3 scouts and 2 knights killed like 15 vills. And then Doubt could just boom. He was on 4 TCs pretty quickly.
And that was the damage he just wasn't getting the first couple of games.
Yeah.
It's like those, you know, the greasy goals in hockey. you go for 3 games without the goaltender letting anything in, and then suddenly game 4 comes along and everything's bouncing in, and that's kind of what those villager kills were there for Doubt. Wasn't finding those early, finding them now.
Okay, so Sebastian is completely out of gold to mine. Doubt's still mining gold in the middle. So Sebastian's 600 gold banked. He's maybe got one more go. He's at 180 pop. You're never going to resign in a final at 180 pop. Doesn't matter how bad it looks. You're going to continue to try.
Nobody's resigning today, man. They're playing it out every single game.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. I mean, there are some situations where we may feel as a caster, this is over, but players got to make sure that they know it. They're not able to read the situations like we do when we cast. If only Koreans had some demos here to like try and sneak some demos. It's kind of unfortunate there's no threat there. Doubt is losing some of his Drawmans. Most of his Drawmans there, actually. Okay. I still have 90 galleons.
Champions are on the island.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's 64 bills.
And now you have the drop towers to protect like 8 trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and these champions have so much HP as well.
And Doubt also with the Trebs there to take out the towers. That's perfect. Still making progress here. 24 kills for the 2 towers from Sebastian on Doubt's island, which is pretty sick.
Yep.
But those towers are ultimately going to go down, as will the other one that he just built to Doubt's Treb. Sebastian's thinking maybe he can't afford this. Maybe he'll run out of resources, but when Doubt has the middle golden stone and his Armenians, he's going to have no problems with things here. And I think Sebastian will finally have the tap out here. And we'll get to a game 6. Let's go. And by the way, when this game ends, I'm immediately leaving.
Okay.
But I'm not going to leave yet.
Sebastian's such a nerd, man. He's got that bomber cannon and a weak transport ship in the north of Doubt's Island. And he keeps loading it up and then unloading it again.
Dude, we need him. If we ever do another Wandering Warriors with some of those transport maps, it's clear to me that Sebastian would excel.
Yeah.
Oh no, the bomber cannon. Oh.
He almost got away, too. He almost got away. Oh my god, look at the south of Doubt's Island. Mule cart. Disgusting eco over there, just dying to towers.
So Sebastian wins 3 straight. Now Doubt has won 2 straight. And we might have ourselves a game 7 on the way if Doubt can keep it up. Really good final here. Nice job from Doubt to keep recovering. And it's just, yeah, like you said, he finally got some early damage in. And then also, the last 2 games, we haven't seen Sebastian being able to micro crossbows. Let's be honest, right? Like his nerdy crossbow micro was kind of the highlight of game 1, 2, and 3. We'll see what maps he has available. I think there's a 4 lakes on there. He could easily go for crossbows or something there, but yeah,
might
great
be
final
running
here.
out of steam a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. We know Doubt's a stamina type of player, right? He can go forever.
Whoa, really weird generation.
What a weird generation. They're so close, man. And I think this benefits Sebastian with his timings. We'll see. I mean, Doubt is playing Mongols, though.
Yeah.
Doubt is playing Mongols.
Can you imagine if Doubt ran his scout towards Sebastian's base, found those buffalo and 2 rhinos? Talk about the lane potential there.
I'm going to make a prediction here. I think Sebastian does the under the TC scout thing and tries to take all the water buffalo from Doubt at some point this game.
Doubt would never do that.
No. Doubt would try and do that and then lose the scout. Probably.
Here's a thought. Is Fast Castle Mangadai or Fast Castle Step Lancers and just keep completely ignoring water a viable strategy here on Golden Swamp?
Maybe if you're in a normal position away from your opponent. I don't know if you're this close.
I wonder if they'll even determine, like, it's likely that Doubt will come home to push some deer, maybe? So, well, I picked the wrong time to say that, but I wonder if they'll even know where the other's located based on how weird this gen is.
I mean, the extra line of sight for Doubt Scout is going to help a bit here.
Yeah.
He's already checking the corner completely opposite to him, and he'll just keep doing the loop around and see where Sebastian is set up. He's going to be a little bit surprised with how close he is. He actually might double back at some point.
Yeah, I think if you're going to scout your opponent this early, you can't look for the dock because the dock's going to come up 2 minutes later. So He's definitely hoping to see a resource to give him some information. But considering where they've started, if Doubt does find out that Sebastian is here, and Sebastian will likely stay at home for a while, this is actually huge for Doubt to have this intel here. To take the Buffalo. And yes, Sebastian knows the scout is here now. So usually what I've seen a lot of players do is fast feudal into ships here. And Byzantines are great for that because of their really strong fires. So Mongols, I have seen go fast feudal galleys before. So that could potentially be an option here. But maybe Doubt says, because they're this close, he wants to make it messy on land, dude. I mean, look at this space for him that he's going to have is such a good opportunity, I think, to try and disrupt and like hit the wood line and everything.
Yeah.
From Sebastian.
He's going to see that rhino.
Doubt should take it. You always take it.
MBL would take this.
No
100%.
hesitation, Doubt. No hesitation.
Okay, you've seen the docs, so you got the information you wanted.
Take it.
He's not taking it.
Not taking it. Oh, did he notice it?
He might lame the Vil. Okay.
He's just it. Okay. Sebastian stopped shooting it, dude. He stopped shooting it because it's still going to chase. Sebastian's like, I'll wait. Go ahead. I'll wait. Ah! Okay, that could have been bad.
Sebastian's probably laughing his ass off. Just watching Doubt click like crazy.
Oh, man. Sebastian almost lost the villager there. Let's check Doubt's APM there. Oh, man. He peaked. He was clicking. Peaked? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That might actually be... We'll have to look back at
Matador,
that. That might actually be
APM.
the peak for Doubt this game, yeah.
Oh, it will be, 100%. Yeah.
Doubt got... I don't know if he got housed necessarily. Yeah, he did get slightly housed at least with creating that fishing ship, and he's up.
Sebastian knew that with Doubt clicking like that, likely something at home was going drastically wrong.
No, he doesn't think that. We say that. He doesn't think that.
I think he is, though.
I do know, though, if you were in Sebastian's shoes, right, and you were, like, streaming your point of view, as that was happening, that's exactly what you would say. I'll give you that
100%.
credit. You would say that. Yeah. That's not just something you say in the booth here. You would say that. All right, so 4 Vils on gold for Sebastian. And oftentimes what you'll see players do with Byzantines is they'll walk forward for that next dock and try and get it really close to the enemy dock. Sebastian doesn't have any clue this generation is weird yet, though, right? He hasn't seen a dock, and he's confused. Does know that Doubt came more from the right-hand side, though, and will see the dock from Doubt.
Doubt's going to lose 4 of these water buffalo.
I love the call because you called it a minute into the game. You didn't call it now, right? This is a good one. But if there's anything I know about our good guesses and our good ideas is that they never happen once we call them out. It's
I have
always
belief that this one's going to happen.
Okay. All right. I'd like it. I'd like for it to happen. Now, Doubt needs to make sure he garrisons all but 1 Vil, if that is what's going to happen. All but 1 Vil, Doubt. Okay, there's 1. There's 2. Doubt, what are we doing? That's 3, but 2 are dead and 1 is running away. You were really close.
Dang, dude. Dang. Oh, there's another one coming back. Maybe. Take 2 more. He's actually just going to do the consistent play and go for the fishing ships. Good job from Doubt to kill those. Good job from Sebastian to make things a little bit messy. And Doubt is going galleys. So this is not a long-term feudal water win objective for Doubt. This is like, I'm going to snipe the fish.
Well,
and see if he'll let me mass.
It's just, it's interesting, though, because I have seen the galley play work if the players are far away, but they are very close together, which makes the galley play so much more questionable, in my opinion. I am really scratching my brain here. Like, the last thing I thought that would work when you're this close is galleys against Byzantines. I would have thought, like, go for some land aggression combined with water, or just try and beat them to the fire timing, but we'll see. Because if you get to, like the 6 galleys, it's really strong.
I mean, Doubt didn't push the deer. He was forward early, which means he can mill here and now take the deer.
Yeah, true.
Or the ibex, and he's going to have a lot of food. He's going for a barracks as well, so Doubt is actually the first player into those land units. He's sniped one of the fish from Sebastian. He's looking for the others, and he's not queuing up any more Navy.
And so Sebastian should just dominate water here. Now, what are you really gaining? If you dominate the water, that'd be the potential to fish. But it's just fishing with one fishing ship, and it's pretty far away from the dock, so it's not that crazy. But
feels like Doubt will attempt to go up to Castle Age pretty quick.
I could see it, but as you say that, he does drop the stable. So I think he's going to try and go for some sneaky scouts. Now, scouting is so important for Sebastian here. Bro. Really?
I honestly think so, yeah. Like, it may be a couple scouts, but you're not going to find much damage against Byzantines.
I mean, he's checking now. If he sees that Sebastian is walled, scouts wouldn't be a good play. So he gets through there to see what Sebastian's up to. He's tempted to return the favor there. He chooses not to attack the buffalo underneath the TC. I don't know. I just really don't love Doubt's situation, and he's going for the market. No scouts. So yeah, maybe he just tries to YOLO Castle Age and get the Step Lancers, which is what you just said.
Might pick a villager. Let's see what Sebastian can do. He's using the villagers well. Doubt is just hard committing onto it, and he's going to wall him in. No, Doubt gets the vill.
Nice. I think that's worth it, because you need some damage if you don't have fish.
Yeah.
If it's an even situation, I think I prefer the scouting, but this is no longer an even situation. And Doubt uses the market and clicks up. Sebastian has his scout, will move over to Doubt's base, doesn't even know there's been a barracks up, much less the stable, and let's see. Stable's kind of in an interesting position. Looking around, he sees the barracks. He'll see the market, and that's all you need to know that Doubt is up to Castle H.
Yep.
Market as well for Sebastian. Sebastian with 3 fishing ships. But, like, Step Lancers can still range the fish. I think they would die to the fires, but in theory...
No, they're okay against the ships if you get enough of them. Yeah. Doubt's coming forward with 2 vills as well.
Yeah. 3-2 grand final. It's been a great grand final. Nice job from Doubt to fight back to this point. And last 2 games, he's really shown us that if he can get a bit of an edge in the timing, that he can make the aggression work as well. So probably Siege. You would need to have monks, though. I think the Byzantine player would almost always go for a stable themselves if they think the Mongols will go Step Lancers.
Well, the problem for Sebastian right now is that he's invested so much wood onto water, and he added extra fishing ships, which is great, but you don't have a barracks yet.
Yeah. Also,
There's
no walls.
You don't have the wood for it. Yep.
I think you have to be full walled if you're going to be up against Step Lancers. I think his plan, though, is to drop the barracks here shortly and follow that up with the stable, maybe. Yep, there's the barracks now. Doubt, scout. Looking around, we'll see the barracks is there. Doubt starts with the monastery. He will go with Step Lancers. Doubt is going to be really happy that his opponent isn't fully walled yet. That is just exactly where those Step Lancers are going to try and go. Sebastian, I think this is a big mistake. You got to have the full walls down.
There's a weak fill on that wood line if Doubt sees it. He's not going back there.
Could maybe poke it from the other side with the Step Lancers.
Can maybe kill this guy, too.
Yeah. No spears yet for Sebastian. This also slows Sebastian down from getting the walls fixed if need be. And Doubt probably going to get another Vil pick. Well done from Doubt.
Great job. Great job.
Oh, Doubt couldn't go Siege Workshop because he didn't have the blacksmith. Classic.
Classic.
Doubt, don't build so close to Byzantines.
He doesn't care. He's like, look what I'm doing, kid.
Well,
and it's camels.
If there was any question now, there isn't much of a question because of that town patrol upgrade coming in. Doubt kind of letting his opponent know, but like you said, I think Doubt should know that Sebastian should know, and it's just like, who cares? How are you going to stop it? Quick walls from Sebastian.
Ooh,
nice hits.
Quick wall attempts. Like I said, there's still a weak Vil back there. Doubt can kill him. Nope, never mind. His scout is dead now. Almost.
Worth pointing out,
Doubt
did add a decent amount of farms compared to what you sometimes see in these crazy games, but He doesn't have fishing eco. Villagers dangerously close to an overchop. They just need to leave the wood line. There's another one on the backside. And Sebastian has to repair some walls because these step lancers and the siege might break through this house here. Camels and monks and a second TC for Sebastian. This is a really nice position for Sebastian. You hold once from this attack, and then your lead just skyrockets, I would say. But
yeah, Doubt almost has to get a little bit of eco damage here, force Sebastian into some defense, and then add eco himself.
Yep.
Because I think you've already missed the timing on where you're going to kill him in early Castle Age. You're just trying to buy yourself as much time as possible.
Camel converted a spear there, Dave, so can't convert the...
nice stack for the Step Lancers.
Yeah, true. But if you just need one good fight, maybe you take this if you're Sebastian. I'm not so sure it's the best of engagements, though. He still hasn't killed the monk. He does kill the siege. And he is bringing his own monk, which is maybe why he's doing this. And so Doubt will lose his monk. And yeah, Doubt's push pretty much just dead in the water at this point, unfortunately for him.
All right, so what is the follow-up plan here for Doubt? He's on stone. He's got a lot of wood in the bank. I would fully expect a second TC shortly. And then try and, like, eco your way out of this. But remember, you don't have the water. So he doesn't have any fish potential. Sebastian added that second TC earlier. It's a really, really rough position for Doubt here.
Sebastian transitioning into the farming eco. I think if you can get a conversion or two here with your monks, popping out of this monastery, and then snipe Sebastian's monks with your steps, that's your best case scenario right now. You can't, like... I think if you don't take any other engagements right now and you both just boom, it's very good for Byzantines. So you have to use those step lances against monks. Maybe find a way to distract Sebastian in some other way. Or swoop in and be sneaky, because Sebastian's bringing 2 more monks in. Doubt coming out of nowhere.
Sanctity is almost popped, but it's not going to be in time. That's a dead monk. Doubt does get 1 step lancer converted, though.
Yeah, but he also converted some camels here. So that was exactly what Doubt needed. It's not going to lead to him winning the game or anything, but it gives him a chance to have some time to boom. He kills some Vills. Could have been worse. Sebastian forced a quick wall, but still Sebastian has enough camels and monks around to defend from this.
We might see a 4th TC from Doubt.
I want to see a TC in the middle for Sebastian. That you have gold control, you just go take that right now, my friend.
Yeah.
Especially when his other golds are over here, where this push is. You don't want to be expanding your eco here. It's too risky.
I think there's an argument to be made just staying 2 TC and trying to get, like, Dromans out on the middle.
Yeah, maybe.
Just producing. Yeah. Go up to Imp cheaper, and then...
Or, like, even the 3rd TC on stone, just so you can go for a good Imp timing in a castle into Trebs could be really good here.
52 Vills for Doubt, so he has expanding his eco. The farming economy is coming up. Sebastian getting devotion for his camels and converted step lancers, and he's bringing in the relics too. So Sebastian's still in a really good position here, but Doubt is slowly bringing himself back with this eco lead.
Yeah, like Doubt's eco is flying right now, and typically the player with the 2 town center approach, who has the water control, they have a little bit more to push with, but hasn't happened just yet. Siege workshop for Sebastian makes me think he's going to go siege push.
I'm not sure I love the spot on that 3rd TC. I'm with you. If you're going to make a 3rd TC, got to be like either on the stone or like on the gold in the center.
Yeah, I think he really, if the forward would have never come in, he would have TC'd this area. And so it's kind of ruined his thinking. There are some players that do not think that TCing the gold is good because that's directly where Doubt's going to pressure. So it's like, you don't want your eco to be exposed there. So it could just be that.
But it buys you some time.
Yeah.
TCing there.
Yeah. And you have the fires and
as well.
I don't know, man. Like I could see Doubt making something happen here. His eco is looking really sharp. He's not being made to work at all right now. It's taken so long for Sebastian because of the paranoia of this push. I guess a push will start. But, I mean, if Doubt just gets a couple Mangadai out, I say it like it's easy. He still doesn't have a castle. I think Mangadai can be great against camels and monks.
Well, Doubt's definitely taking a risk here. Like, he took his foot off the pedal. He didn't produce anything. He put it all into his economy.
Yeah.
And he's hoping that Sebastian will undercommit a little bit, and he won't be able to take advantage of this window where Doubt literally has nothing in defense.
Yeah.
As Doubt is just going monks. Sebastian, we saw him get devotion earlier, though, so...
Yeah, Doubt hoping to get a conversion. He should get a conversion. It's against the camel here. And Doubt needs to either run...
Too.
Monk goes down. Doubt runs away.
How did that monk not hop in there? I've seen monks hop in from like 4 tiles away. How did that guy not get inside?
Yeah, villagers do that as well. Siege push finally shows up. I mean, this has been a long time coming, right? Like, Sebastian's had the Siege Workshop for a very long time. Man, I'm about to feel really bad for Doubt because I bet he's going to want to get fletching. And he's going to go to find his blacksmith. And he's not going to have it anymore because it's getting rammed down. It's anytime I go forward with a market or a blacksmith, I feel like there's a really critical point in the game that I need it.
Doubt also wants that castle right there.
Yeah.
Where the Mangonel is.
That's a good castle. I mean, it's not ideal, but sometimes you just gotta... You have to accept a lesser castle.
Horrible position, though, if you want to garrison these vills.
Uh-oh.
This is horrible.
Uh-oh.
There's a tree there.
That tree is a problem. That tree is a problem.
That tree, dude. Palisade it. Get rid of it. Something. The tree needs to go. It's out. It's out. Okay, it's gone.
Honestly, though, Dave, if you're Sebastian, we talked about the castle fast imp style. It's cheaper for Byzantines to go up. You're trying to deny this all you can, but your goal now is a castle in a position close by to this and imp right away. Yep. That is at least the textbook decision, I would say. Doubt's castle's going to go up. Well played from him.
Yeah, he's losing bills in the back to camels, which is unfortunate, but he should be rightfully focused on the important area here, and he didn't lose too many bills to the Mangonel, so
Panic
that's a
blacksmith.
little trade-off.
Wait for it. He's going to go Panic Blacksmith. This is the time. He wants fletching. He goes...
1,800 wood in the bank for Doubt, 1,300 for Sebastian. Both got it. They're both focused here. They're both gaming.
Yeah.
Sebastian's on the way to him.
Yep, and it's perfect from Sebastian. Yep. Just really smooth play from him to understand. Well, I mean, I don't know. He didn't... Compared to some of the other wins he's had in this series, I really don't know if Sebastian's had to work as hard. But he's made it look easy. The fire opening got the job done. He knew Doubt would forward. Defended from that. His eco is great, and that castle position is great as well. A little risky because he doesn't have his army there, but still perfect castle spot.
No fletching, no blacksmith.
Yeah. A little surprised. Doubt making his university in the north there. Just kind of random.
You'll see the villagers coming out from Sebastian. Can't deny that castle.
No.
There's no way.
No. That's a perfect castle.
And he goes for a castle of his own, but here come the Mangonels and no fletching on these Megadai.
Yeah, if the upgrades ran, you're thinking Megadai do pretty well against Siege, but no upgrades is a different story, Doubt. Doubt. Oh, it can't end like this. Doubt. 40%. The other one was pretty awkward. This one's horrible. And the Mangadai even get converted. Oh, Doubt. It always comes to this, my friend.
He's up.
Yikes.
He's up.
Where's the blacksmith? He's got to be thinking he needs fletching right now. I'm just really disappointed.
He doesn't have one, dude.
Oh, there we go. There's the Panic Blacksmith on the side. But yeah, I mean, even if he completed this castle, is going to be Trebs from Sebastian all over him. Camels are actually pretty good against Mongols as well. Mongols. There's been a couple times I've misspoke this series. My apologies. And Dave is always really quick to point it out, I might add.
But there's misspeaking, and then there's just completely making up a new word, which is kind of funny. And you've done that like 3 times.
I'd prefer to create new words over misspeaking. Yeah.
Innovator. Fletching.
Fletching. Hey. Doubt's making a second university, I think because he forgot he made the other one because he made it randomly in the north. But it's just...
Sebastian
he's just struggling.
He's a big fan of this 3rd wood upgrade. I've seen him get that like 3 times already.
True.
Early.
Also, he gets most of his eco upgrades super early.
It's his economy is super efficient.
Every game I've noticed handcart is really early compared to others.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and test that stuff out. That's pretty good stuff. I mean, 2-man Saul I remember when the game was slower, right? Way back in the day, we'd see that all the time as Doubt loses some Mangadai, but it isn't as common today for whatever reason.
It just takes so long. For whatever reason, it takes the same amount of time as chemistry to come in.
Yeah. Is that Doubt's MTC? It's not.
No, he's just on the side there.
Okay, question. For balance purposes, do you think that Dramens should only be able to be made after chemistry, just like Cannon Galleons?
Nope.
Really?
I think that's part of the reason. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the civs, there's only really like 2 civs where Dromans feel OP, and that's Byzantines and Armenians, right? Like all the other civs, you're thinking, okay, they have Dromans, whatever.
Well, that's because they suck on water elsewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
just balance the Byzantines,
and the Armenian Dromans. Okay.
a little bit. Yeah.
All right. I could see your point.
Yeah.
That's going to lose his castle. And
This is just a flood of units.
Yeah.
Sebastian, once again, keeping up the production, and he's guarding these Dromans with the camels. The castle is down, and Doubt is once again clinging to the wall.
look at all that gold in the middle, too. I mean, Byzantine units are cheap, and he has access to 4 relics and all the gold in the middle. We've got Byzantine camels coming to town in
Here
box
they come.
formation. And only 14 Mangadai for Doubt, yet Sebastian could just justify diving at any point underneath the castles with these numbers if he has to.
Not elite Mangadai either.
Yeah, he needs to try it, though.
boy.
I think Doubt's going to try and squeeze that in here. Seems like he's saving for it. He's doing the right things from a really poor position, Doubt. I think the mistakes in the game, if there were mistakes, or just decisions he needed to tweak little bit, all that stuff was early game. But Byzantine's the late game powerhouse, man.
It's like, I've decided I will win this with Mangadai or I will lose this with Mangadai. There's no other option.
Yeah, and there might not be another option. Honestly, I don't know what else to suggest except for, like, really expensive siege with the Mongols. Doubt's trying to hop inside his castle, but there's villagers in there, so the Mangadai can't keep themselves safe. And Sebastian, who's just had another crazy run here, who's getting closer to the top 10, if not deeper, or, closer to number 1 in that top 10 ranking for many people. Beat Tato 4-1.
He had a good run.
And now he's going to beat Doubt here 4-2.
Yep. Nikov, Tato, Doubt. Beautiful run for Sebastian. Is this like his first big tournament win?
I think he had some really good results in some tournaments that restricted signups, like South American players, I think.
South American. Yeah.
Yeah, like Latin America. I think he's had wins before. But Doubt gives him the congratulations.
On first tournament win. Let's go, Sebastian.
Yeah, that's huge.
Good.
Crazy story for Sebastian. 22 years old. Has been around since, for a very long time, honestly. Back to 2016, I think. I remember playing him. But he's just been getting better and better. And, again, he beat the player who beat Hera in Sorakuma. Then he beat Tato. Then he beat Nikov. Now he's beaten Doubt. And he deserves all the credit, man. He's just so good. It's so consistent. And he can do it all. He can be aggressive. Or he can boom. At this game, it was a very boomy style game, I would say, for most of it.
His biggest win so far was TTL Gold.
Makes sense. Yeah. Titans League.
He's come a long way since then.
Yeah, I agree.
And looking at it today, like it feels like when he's on, he's really on.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a few lapses here and there, but I mean, it's such a balanced player. The economy's always in check. The food eco, especially the farms, the upgrades coming in, really impressive. And then obviously the transitions, and we'll see what he can do in Warlords upcoming, because like this is a pretty good run for him on hybrid maps too. Not something that you would immediately think of.
That was my next point. Is like these maps are maps that a lot of the players who play aggressively on standard land maps struggle with, right? But he beat like Tato, who I think is the best water map player. Nikov, who's always been insane on water maps. Doubt, who's good on all maps. Like, yeah, he's just showed he's good here. So like, then you put him on Arabia, and he's been consistently 2K6 plus on the ladder where almost everyone's playing Arabia. I mean, yeah, he's really talented, man. And I think you need reps, which takes years. Sebastian's done that. You need speed. You need youth. You need time, you need effort, energy, all that stuff, because Sebastian's the whole package. So yeah, congrats to him. And it's really fun casting him, man. Like, but it is rare to find a player who, up against a player like Doubt, can reach so many positions where we just feel like this game is over. There's nothing Doubt can do. That's crazy.
Yeah. And did it early too.
Yeah.
And then continued and never let. How many times have we seen it when players just get the advantage on Doubt and then they let him cook?
Yeah.
And they let him sit there. And he never took the foot off the gas. So really good job from him. Also, love the message from Doubt. Kind of like an older brother.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, grats on the. He realizes it's his first big tournament win.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Doubt. On one hand, probably pretty proud of him. On the other hand, he's like, there's another kid.
Yeah, but I do think even if Doubt underperformed today, there's a point where you just have to, you feel that the opponent is just better than you. Right?
On that
and
day.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I felt. At least like watching the first 3 games is kind of how it looked.
Yeah, it was a stomp.
By the way, we made the joke, just to close this out, you click APM, Doubt did peak when he was blocking the villager in Dark Age.
Of course.
So we weren't kidding. It was a lot of effort there. I like that. But well, congratulations again to Sebastian. And thanks to, I think the name's like something Swallow, Edda, the host of this tournament. I believe the individual is from the Taiwanese community. And if I'm incorrect on this, we'll have that clarified later. But thank you to the host of this event for putting it on. It was a good opportunity for Sebastian. Good games to cast, of course. And we want more tournament hosts. It's AEIOUS Swallow. Okay, so I was close.
And if there's someone thinking like that everyone wasn't involved in this tournament, I'm going to go through the players that were in here.
Yeah,
ACCM, Classic Pro, Dark, MBL, Valis, Vilesa, Vinchester, Tato, Nikov, Andy, Doubt, Barles, Hera, Viper. It doesn't even list Viper on the participants thing because he went out so early. Yo, Sato, like Dogao, Capwatch. There's a bunch of good players involved.
I don't really think there were many big names missing from this tournament. No. Now, you can always say like, okay, Leary. Maybe Leary, but like you could always say maybe the preparation isn't the same as a big event, and sure, that's the case. But at the end of the day, really talented players, and many of them taking their competition seriously every single time. That's what makes them a big competitor. So that makes Sebastian's run all the more impressive that we can't say that, Hera or Viper, which a lot of people were saying, I don't think they knew that they were knocked out early. We can't say that they didn't play. So good stuff.